H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live. I got a little white live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And and it's today is what? Oh, my favorite day. Women Rock Wednesday today. Women rock every day with the Chop Shop, but today we still have a special thing for the women. You need to share this show. It's a good show. You need to share all of them, and I hate to keep saying that you need to share the show. We some at some point we're gonna have to just gonna be second nature. Before I wish I can figure out an algorithm. You can't come in and can't watch unless you share. You know, because ain't no use you getting all of this stuff. The stuff that we learning, we giving it to you. And the stuff that you getting, you should be giving it to somebody else. Let's make this happen. Let's make it happen, y'all. So it's Women Rock Wednesday. A lot of stuff. Let me shout out to all the women that's here today. Hold on, what's up? Let me talk to Dale Griggs is in the building, starting 5. Madonna Johnson's in the building, starting 5. Let's see. Kim Jackson's in the building, starting 5. Mindy Collins in the building, starting 5. Hold on. Hold on. I got to wait. I got to wait on midnight. I got to wait on another one. What's Sonya? What Karen? We got to wait on it. I got to wait. What's up, Reginald Simpson? How you doing, sir? We just gonna. Hey. We got women. You know, women take longer to get dressed. You know, you got to wait on them a little bit. Just hold on. Let me get a little sip. Let's sip of tea. And wait on. She gonna come. What here? Share the show. Have y'all shared the show? I think I shared the show already. Great. Y'all, let me tell you something. It's a great opportunity for us to sit here. I got something to share with y'all today, too. You know I'm going to have something to share with you. And Mindy had me laughing the other day. Said, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. But it's just so much, man. I want to shout out to, hey, T.R. Holmes. T.R. Holmes, I think you, if you was a woman, we'd start the show. But I got to wait. T.R. Holmes is on the screen. I'm just Corey Willis is there. What my women? It's Women Rock Wednesday. Where my girls at? Let me keep looking around. I don't see them. Y'all let me know. Businessman in the building. All the men showing. Oh, that my girl is. That my baby is. Anissa, the real deal. Veal is in the building. Guess what? I don't need no 6. We should wait on the 6th one. We'll wait a little bit for a 6th one. But somebody come. Anissa, share the show. See, this is what I'm telling y'all, man. You on YouTube? I mean, I saw the little YouTube thing. Like right now, I'm gonna go to YouTube, right? And I saw what I can do. Hold on, let me go to YouTube. I saw something when I went to YouTube. Hey, Ivan Petty Jr. I found it. Then it had share up under the bottom, right? So I can share it. So what I did, I just shared it to my Twitter page. Okay, go back to YouTube. I share it. Let me see who that I just text. Let me see who texted me not too long ago. I mean, who didn't text me? So that's how we can do it. What's up, Robert Rising? Um, that's how we can do it, y'all. You can go and click on, even on YouTube. The last few people text you. There go Jessica Brooks is in the building. Jessica, now I can start the show. Can't start it without the women. I'm just sorry. And I know, let me tell you something. I'm going to wait on you. I don't care what nobody said. We're going to sit here and wait on the women. Hey, so happy Women Rock Wednesday, all you ladies. But I want to shout out to PJ Haggerty. He won the Gabby Lewis Award yesterday. It was cool, man. Let me make sure. I want to put it back up there because I want to shout out all the kids that were nominated. Okay, they already got it up here. I think they got it up there. PJ Ward, I can here's in the VIP room. PJ Haggerty wins the 11th annual Guy B. Lewis Award. Crosby, Texas. The kid averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals per game. I also want to shout out to the other guys, and I know I saw John Uri and all the guys in full effect. But let me shout out to the other young kids too, because if you got nominated for this, you must have done something pretty good. You got Cam Ambery from Shadow Creek, Keno Dawes of Stratford. You got Chris Johnson of Elkins. Let these kids know that we're announcing them on the Chop Shop. Kenneth Lewis, Booker T. Washington, Jalen Lowe, Fort Bend Marshall, Josiah Wright, Side Falls, Dubin Manecki, at Side Ranch, Chancellor White. His dad, Frank White, is always on the show. And I think D. White might be his mom. I hope so. And Willie Williams of Westfield. That's the only kid that I never seen play before. Willie, what's up, Willie? Shout out to Willie. Shout out to the Gabby Lewis Awards, and congratulations to them young cats. Alfie Ovizi, I hope you make sure you call Jeff Johnson, because y'all always running about PJ Haggerty. Don't get enough credit. He won the Gabby Lewis Award. We're talking about him on a Women Rock Wednesday on the Chop Shop. So when people go back and say that, I just want you to have this kind of ammunition. Well, y'all don't talk about him enough. Y'all don't talk about it. Yeah. We talk about him so much. His college coach called me and told me thank you for talking about him. So people, we got to do better. Got to do better. What else I got? Oh, y'all, I had a unique experience yesterday. I ain't got time to share that with y'all today. I can't share with y'all today because it's gonna dampen the spirits. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news, but it's one thing I want to share to y'all. It's awesome to see all those kids from Dallas play. Yeah, the McDonald's game was played last night. Did y'all enjoy the game? The game was I didn't like the game. Did y'all enjoy it? I taped it when I got home. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it. See, look at it. Look. Since it's Women Rock Wednesday, his wife wrote a book a while back. Check this out, Todd. Thanks, Hatter. I would be a soundbite for the document. I hope it is. Please. Shout out to Thaddeus Moody. I saw him up there in Houston. Up in Chicago. Thad, I couldn't make it. Thad, I got so much stuff going on right now, Thad. It's going to be hard for me to get out of here to go just to New Orleans, right down the street, to go to the Final Four. So it's just a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. And if I'm not going to the Final Four for business, Robert Hatter ain't going. I ain't going for no parties. I'm too old for that. I'm going if it's a business opportunity, I'm on the plane, I'm in the car, going. If it's not, I'm not doing it. So it was a Dallas takeover at the McDonald All-American game, but the game, Anthony Black had 25 guests, awesome. Yes, yeah, had I'm watching Chop Shop from Houston in Chad Grove. I just say I want to come down there and hang out with y'all, but boy, let me tell you something. At this point in my life, let me tell you something, man. It's gonna be hard to get me away because it's got to be. I got business opportunities that gonna meet me here this week, and I got to figure out a way how I can get all of that to go and move and go to New Orleans. So I'm trying to. It's logistically crazy, and I'm trying to make it happen. But hey, man, you know that's y'all business to go down there. Y'all need to go to Final Four. That ain't my business to go to no Final Four. But it ain't my business. But yes, it was Dallas. What do you call it? Thank you, Sonya. I say Sonya. He said it was a Dallas. See, Dallas Moody don't understand the dynamics. He said it was a Dallas takeover, and Sonya came back and corrected him and said a beautiful thing, a Texas takeover. Thank you, Sonya. You don't understand, yeah. He'll get it one day. He'll get it one day. He'll get it one day. Texas takeover. Texas takeover. Yeah, it's Texas takeover. But yeah, Dad. I saw how do you think the portal is out of context? Murray State lost all its players. No, I think the portal is great, Tyrone. Tyrone, I love the portal. I love the portal. It puts the power back in the hands of the kids. I love the portal, Tyrone. Yes. I don't care about all that. The team, my team ain't got my play. So get what Murray State need to do. Go in the portal and get some more kids. There's plenty of them in there. So Tyrone, I put this so the people on the Facebook can see it. He said, "How do you think the portal is out of context?" No. Don't want to be this, man. This thing. Everybody don't, man. A lot of y'all ain't with the first girlfriend you met. A lot of y'all ain't with the first wives you met. So guess what? Stuff happens in relationships. Players used to couldn't get out because they had to wait a year. You know, you used to couldn't just quit your girlfriend. She got to wait a year and stay up around your stanky butt for another year for her to get out. But the porter, she can get out. Remember I told y'all, protect your energy. Why want to be in a relationship and it's not working? Protect your energy. It's not a crime. I know I got to keep saying it. But for some of those kids to protect their mental energy, they got to leave some of these crazy ass coaches. I'm serious. But we're going to go. Let me play this and I'm going to turn my fan on. And I got something for you. Hold on. I got something else for you.
Here's a list of upcoming events on all ticket attractions. Ice Cream and Friends at the Smart Financial Center. The last 4 remaining home Houston Rockets games at Toyota Center. Alice in Chains at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. Shin-Yong at the Wortham Theater. The No Cap Comedy Tour at the NRG Arena. And many more. If you don't see your event here, text, Facebook, or Instagram all ticket attractions to secure tickets for your favorite events. Now back to the Chop Shop with Hatter and Hicks, your midday sports happy hour.
I'm back. Yes, y'all. Sometimes with these lights and stuff in here, boy, it gets a little hot sometimes. So, but Tyrone, that was a good question though, Ty. But just think about it, Tyrone. But how is killing? No, it's not. Tell me how it's killing high school basketball. I didn't want to go here, Tyrone, but I'm with you, baby. Tell me how is it killing high school basketball? Tell me how. Because I got something to say. Hey, D. White, tell me how it's killing high school basketball. Tell me how. Because guess what? The great players in high school, the good players in high school basketball, they still getting scholarship. Tell me how is it killing high school basketball? It's a lot of more opportunities. Listen, Tyrone, basketball in college at the highest level is not an equal opportunity employer. That man said, what's the question? Y'all got to get here on time, man. That's the question. It's very hard. From now on, don't ask somebody on the feed the question. I'm doing a show. Let me put it back on the screen. The question is, how do you think the portal is out of context? Murray State lost all players. The portal don't have a team. That's the question, Glenn Bishop. But listen, if they lost their players, didn't y'all say it's so many players in the portal? Well, go to the portal and get you some more. Or, hold on. That may help you. I'm going to help you. Oh, I got some, boy. Epiphany. Hey, Tyrone Peters. Who was that? Tyrone Caldwell. Tyrone, you just messed up because I got something else to share with y'all, man. And this crap ain't that important. Just be good. You're going to be able to play in college. Then if you don't like this coach, that coach don't like you, you can go in the portal. That's all the portal is. Murray State got the opportunity to go and get some more players because the portal is what? Full of them. So how is that hurting Murray State? Y'all just help me. All I'm trying to do is make you just think. How is this killing high school basketball? Let me put that back up there. Wait, you got that up there. How is it killing high school basketball? Let me put that back up there too. If you ain't good, if your high school player ain't that damn good, Caldwell, his ass ain't gonna play in college, no way. I keep telling y'all, when you ball, you get the call, you got to be good. You got to be good, man, to play basketball. You can't get no favors all the time. Mr. Bishop, ball so hard, sent you a text the other day, you never got back with him. Call him out on there. Let me put it on the screen. Tyrone, you got to help me. It's not killing high school basketball to me. It's not. Because guess what? Every year, high schools are not getting an opportunity because their ass is not good enough, Glenn Bishop. Lord, help me. Take the wheel. Take the wheel. Hey, Sharonda. I know several high school players. I'm finna give you their names. I bet you they ain't worried about the portal. Hold on. I'm finna give you some names. I bet you PJ Haggerty ain't worried about no damn portal. I bet you Cam Anne-Marie, Kenyu Dawes, Chris Johnson, Kenneth Lewis, Jalen Lowe, Josiah Wright, Mo Manecki, Chancellor White, and Willie Williams, they not worried about what Glenn Bishop just said. I'm going to put it up there so y'all can see it. Get Tyrone off. Tyrone, we've been on this chop shop and we done talked about this shit a million damn times. And y'all still don't get it. A lot of kids are getting left behind because I don't think I'm ever get to what I need to talk to y'all about. We got a special guest coming on today. I had something very important to talk about. Y'all want to talk about this. We got a coach coming on later. Hold all of them damn questions till the coach come on. I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put all that stuff up. I'm gonna put all that stuff up there. I'm gonna put. I don't want to talk about this crap. Y'all keep worrying about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just get good. I know what it is. The kids you talking about ain't that damn good enough. You say they can play, but evidently the college coach ain't saying they can play. Johnny Jones losing players every day over at TSU. Every day. He got freshmen on that team. These stories, I ain't say it's from your own son. How can you feel? I just feel for the other kids. Tyrone Caldwell. I want to magnify this story because nobody else is going to magnify it. But you're not listening. Playing college basketball is not a right, it's a privilege. Don't feel sorry for a kid. Feel sorry if his ass can't read. Feel sorry if he can't he can't get into college and try. Don't feel just because he can't play basketball and just because your son committed to Ole Miss, so what? You committed to the SEC, the Slave Economic Concerns. So what? We got to quit being so. I'm just feel for the other kids. What you feeling sorry for them for? Let them know there's other options in life. Basketball might not be it for them, Mr. Caldwell. We got to start bringing the unseen to the forefront, because evidently y'all don't see this. They had a company the other day, the Black News Channel, which really wasn't a Black News Channel. It was just black facing, white spacing. Shad Khan on. It was averaging 4,000 viewers, man. We get more viewers than that. They had access to millions. Yes, I'm pivoting, but I'm going to come back to this. Because I'm pivoting for a reason. Because I got to give you something bigger. You are here to get this knowledge. And I'm giving it to you. Chris giving it to you. All these coaches is giving it to you. But y'all making me, the reason I'm so passionate about it, y'all, because the coach is going to say, but Robert, they need to go back and listen to some more Chop Shops. I just feel sorry for the other kids. You don't have to feel confident for them kids. Let's make sure they're educational. Maybe get their educations right. And make sure they're employable. And make sure they have good character. That's why shows like this need to be sustainable. We won't even share the show. We asked about a great subject and ain't nobody shared it. Barry McDonald said, yo, everybody ain't gonna play college basketball. Barry McDonald, did you play college basketball? Kim Jackson, did you play college basketball? Who all on here didn't play college basketball? Landon, did you play? Mindy, did you play? Rod Wells, did you play? These people living great lives without playing. Todd, did you play? It's okay not to play college basketball. Tyrone Caldwell, it's not the end of the world. It's fun, but it's not the end of the world. Chop Shop, we ain't missed a week. Constantly giving information like this every week. We ain't missed a week. You know why? Because we feeding the people. We ain't after breaking news. We got a great guest coming up. I want y'all to ask her all of these questions. Great guest. A history maker coming on. This is what I'm telling you. This Black history that we doing every day on this show, and y'all don't even realize it. You got a Rolls Royce in your driveway and don't know how to crank it up. Just listen to me, y'all. This stuff is real. A lot of people didn't make, Kim didn't play college and basketball. Guess what? She living a good life. Kenneth Lofton, living a good life. You don't have to play college basketball. That's the point. That is not our vehicle out all the time. Now, I can give us a free education now. Now, if you're feeling sorry for them for not getting that free education, I'm with you. But guess what? If they're smart enough and they can't afford it, it's a Pell Grant. They just got to be smart enough. So thus, I'm back to, we got to get our education stuff right. Everybody can't play, man. I was thinking about the Black News Network. You know, when you come into a space, it ran out of business the other day. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's Black News. And if they ain't going to talk about it over there, I got to tell you why it failed. You're trying to build a media network that has Black on it, but it's not really about Black people. It's about grabbing Black people, not feeding Black people. If you come in there with that's the kind of programming they had, you're going to fail. Trey Phillips said, I saw it years ago with a valet in Vegas. He had no idea how to start the Rolls Royce. I'm telling you, I can give you the keys to a Ferrari. Your ass wouldn't know how to start it. But I'm trying to show you how to start. Value this Chop Shop, man. This stuff we giving, I know, y'all got to understand, I know people all over the world. That Black News Channel, this presentation was all about numbers. And not about giving us what we already have. They wanted your numbers. There's a company that said, let's name it the Black News Channel. We're going to get all the Black people. They didn't do their homework. See, all these other stations are went and got Black people and put it on there. That's why they're doing it. Somebody said, why are they ranked if they can't play? I'm going to hold that in there later. I'm going to hold that one in there later. I ain't going to let him stop me. Just cause your ass ranked don't mean you can play. They got to rank somebody, you're there. Coach told me, I'm going to give you this quick story, messing up my damn thing, but I got to address it. Coach said, Robert, when I come to Houston, I got to have 4 apples. I had to have 3 apples. I had to have 3 apples, Robert. Some years I have some big apples. GQ, this just for you. But some years I'm going to come in here, them apples are small and not as good. But I got to still have 3 apples, so I take them. So I come back the next year, if I get bigger apples, I'm going to send them. They're going to go in the transfer portal. I'm going to bring them big apples in. Just because you're ranked don't mean you can play. The hell told you that? Back to on task. What we got to do like the Chop Shop did, we got to give people what they don't already have. wasn't nobody doing this. People tried it in Dallas. Ain't nobody doing this with consistency. We ain't missed a day. J.C. Watts, this former congressman, he's a member of the GOP party. He thought he'd been around all his GOP Republican friends who've been using black people, forever. He said, well, you know what? Let me build this company over here and use these black people. And I'm going to make some millions off of these black folks like everybody else doing. Black facing in white places. I'm going to use that term a lot because I want us to understand. But me, in this show, I'm trying to build around us. It's not about me. It's not about Jimmy. It's not about Chris. Individuals can't beat institutions. I'm going to repeat that. Individuals can't beat an institution. My goal is to build an institution. The Chop Shop as an institution. That's why I asked y'all to share the show. GQ, you're making comments, please share the show and hit the like button. My goal to build this as an institution so when one of y'all grandkids or kids come up, they'll be able to have an institution they can just walk into and they got to beg nobody. It starts with building people. That's why I'm sitting here listening to some of this stuff, GQ, and I've been saying this stuff for 4 almost 6 years, and people still asking these same questions. When are we gonna grow up? And the reason I want to build this as an institution so that it will protect us from assassination of an individual. We got a guy out there. You got guys out there can't stand Jimmy. You got guys that can't stand Chris. You got guys out there can't stand me. I know I ain't never did none of these clowns because I'm going to be around them. You build an institution, it's hard to attack the institution. Institutions are what I say, y'all. Read this again. Are powerful in people, individuals. We had a moment to ourselves, y'all, during this pandemic. This show was running smooth in the pandemic. I don't know if y'all remember, First Take them was having problems. Max you couldn't hear Max. You couldn't hear Stephen A. sometimes. They was freezing up on the screen. It's a network with billions at their disposal. And we just what? Moving right along. Mr. Shipp said, I played college football, never pursued the pros, graduated on time. Yes, but guess what? Even if you didn't play college football, Sidney Shipp, you were still graduated. I hope. Y'all got to realize people have choices. You have a choice to turn this show on today. Hey, Karen, we miss you. You had a choice to turn this show on today. I'm glad you made that choice. GQ, Mr. Bishop, but I just want y'all to listen a little bit more. See, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Because he wants you to listen twice as much as you talk or type. I got you, Mr. Bishop. Listen, GQ, I want you to keep doing it. Guess what? I got somebody going to answer them questions a little bit differently than I do. Because I've been talking about this for 6 years on the show. Y'all didn't hear me. Somebody came up here and somebody told me some stuff the other day. I wanted to just choke them. We had a guest. Come on, talk about. He said the same thing y'all been saying, but it just sounded different when he said it. Charlie Hurricane. Because a white dude said it. Y'all got to be out y'all. Chuck McGowan said the majority of the time, folks don't have a real valid reason to dislike someone. Chop Shop, yeah, I ain't worried about that. Yeah, this is part of my talk today, y'all. When we put everybody in the same line up all of these shows, people have a choice. That's why I love the clean glass metaphor. I saw it on Malcolm X movie. When Elijah Muhammad gave Malcolm, he said, man, here's some water. 2 glasses of water. He put some ink in one water, and 1 glass of water was clear. He said, now the people, if they thirsty, they gonna drink this nasty ass water. But our job is to give them this clean water. All I'm trying to do is give you clean water, Glenn Bishop. GQ, I'm trying to give you clean water. I'm trying to make you understand you can't do nothing about the transfer portal. You can't feel sorry for these kids. The clean water, Glenn Bishop, is get them prepared so they can go to college anyway. So they can tap in some of the talents that they have. Basketball just might not be that talent. And it's okay. I told y'all one of the saddest moments in my life. Don't tell him I told y'all. When my son said he didn't want to play basketball no more, I was sick on the inside. I like watching the little dude play. He was fun to watch. But he said, Dad, man, think about it. I got hurt in my senior year in high school. I got hurt in my freshman year in college. I got hurt in my second year of college. I got hurt in my third year of college. I got hurt in my senior year of college. Dad, I ain't about to go in rehab no more. He said, rehab, it's a hell of a, I don't like it. Away from the team, not being able to do nothing from the team. Dad, it was kidding me. But guess what? I prepared him to use his mind. Because I knew the basketball gonna stop at one point. All he had to do is say, man, I'm finna go to summer league and play. I wanted him to say, man, let's just go to summer league and just play and just see what happens. This company had Wyatt that wants him so bad that he works with. Wyatt, a certain amount of money in his account, and told him, you can go play that if you want to, but just you got to send us our money back. Robert looked at that bank account and looked at if he made it and went to the G League, how much he'd be making. He said, man, I got a $500,000 education. There's no way I can justify playing for $35,000 in the G League. These are the kind of decisions that we have to get our sons and our daughters to make. People out here whining. I got something. Let me finish my story. I didn't even want to go there. We have to build our own institutions. Not trying to imitate what they do. That's why I don't do this show like they do it. I know the format. You do it 15 minutes here, 7 minutes here, 7 minutes here, do the commercial here. I don't do this show like that. I don't want it to be like theirs. I know how to do it. See, y'all, I study. And I learned how they used to do it in Africa. The elder would be around a tree. People of all ages and all generations would be in a circle, retelling all the stories of their history. Brilliant. That's what I'm doing on the Chop Shop. I just hit record, and every day we sit in this space with all kind of generations, all over the country, all over the world, and we have conversations. I leave breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are dropped. History is at the center of everything we do here. Remembering who we are is the center. Connecting. And we got people won't share the show because he mad at Jimmy. Because him and Jimmy doing tournaments against each other. Y'all hear me? hear me, share the show. People need to know this. I want my son to play basketball too. Crystal, it's a privilege to play in college basketball, man. Well, these kids, what they gonna do? They gonna take their ass to school. That's what they gonna do. And get an education, go learn a trade. They gonna learn to do something with the gifts that God gave him, because God gave him a gift. Just might not be basketball. Kelton, I remember you told me when it broke your son, it broke your heart. Y'all don't understand, man. I'm in this business. I know that little boy can play. But he said, explain to me, man, I don't want to go through that rehab mess no more. Like I said, this show ain't no format, ain't no certain minutes we got. See, I know them people on ESPN, and man, that money is intoxicating. I ain't mad at them. Get their money, man. But I am not going to chase that model. Because why chase that model? Because they chasing our numbers. They want us to watch. They're chasing our bodies. Did y'all know this as black people? And our guest gonna come. I got a great game. Hey, did y'all know studying marketing? Y'all gotta understand, man, I'm a marketing whiz. As black bodies, they are over-indexed. They call it over-index. Anybody tell you in the marketing industry, that means we gonna buy every damn thing. All the product buying and all the ads that you see, it's not no coincidence that you see black people in front of the ads now. Jake from State Farm is black. We are over-indexed. They know this. They got the numbers. So they gonna cherry pick us and place us in certain things that we're chasing to be like them. I remember the guy created SoundScan that put the barcode on the back of the CDs and you know, the CDs and that look like the barcode. Anybody that is creating, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all. Anybody that is creating content that really cares about the future of the world and black people and liberation, you know you have to do something a little different, because anybody can choose and chase numbers. The chop shop ain't chasing numbers. This dude come calling me, talking, he's chasing numbers. I'm just feeding the people. It's your job to go and feed somebody else. If you feed the people, you're going to always be sustainable. That's for the long haul. It's not sexy. It's not going to get you on the cover of magazines. It's not going to get you book deals and all of that, but I'm okay. We have to build something. If it is a one person a day by day, one person a day, that's enough. He said, these are the kids' dreams to get scholarships, and parents invest time. Not all parents can afford to pay for these kids. I save for my kids. You save for your kids. I didn't say that. See. That's why I said, before you type, listen. You don't have to get an athletic scholarship, man. So you're telling me they can't afford it and they're dumb too and they're not smart? Man, there's some brilliant kids from people, and people's parents can't afford it. Some brilliant kids. Don't you tell me that. Barack Obama didn't come from rich parents. Sick of them damn excuses. Your dreams, sometimes your dreams, these are these kids' dreams to get it. GQ, all your dreams and came true. King Six, all your dreams came true. Trey Phillips, have all your dreams came true. That's life, Mr. Let me put that on the screen so y'all can see who I'm talking to. That's life. I know all my dreams ain't came through. At the end of the day, we're going to need people who are here for the long haul and not for the flash, not for the accolades, but for the freedom. I'm trying to free your mind right now. See, that's bondage right there. Not all parents can afford to pay these kids, but the kids can be smart. I know some. Thank you, Crystal. They just go. Some people don't get it. It's just, they so basketball. GQ. Sports is not the end all be all. Thank you. Boy, I love that. Boy, I love that, y'all. See, we got people on this chop shop that's understanding that. And it's changing the paradigm. That's why these mamas being there arguing and fussing and cussing and arguing and cussing and cussing. Man, I'm trying to get my boy scholarship. I ain't saving no money. I know it is all right. Let's make sure they're getting a lesson. Instead of hitting it, and all of these workouts with all of these these trainers. I don't care how good you are. If your ass ain't got it, you ain't got it. You can be the best trainer in the world. You ain't finna train Mindy. I ain't gonna use Mindy. You ain't finna train Landon Odwan to beat no LeBron James. Oh, Landon, boy, Landon, thank you. Boy, Landon, thank you. Thank you, Landon. Let me give me a drink. Cause that guest coming on soon. I'm trying to wrap this up. But I love the conversation. We are so diverse, y'all. We are diverse people. GQ. And who else that? Mr. Bishop. But we only think we are rappers and actors and singers and drug dealers and athletes. All of these tropes that they push at us. Some of us are old enough to remember when Nike and Reeboks were just running shoes. And then Spike Lee made a movie. She got to have it. And he had on them Jordans in the movie. And those marketing people at Nike, you got to understand. I know the history of Nike. I read their book before. I know negotiated. They got two books. They got Phil Knight got an unauthorized version and an authorized version. I read both of them. I wanted to know. Spike Lee had the Jordans and marketing. And Nike saw that the next thing, you know, they recruited him to use the same black and white shooting technique that he used, and she got to have it. Oh, boy. Spike Lee didn't play basketball in college. Will Smith didn't play basketball in college. GQ, Glenn Bishop. Basketball might not be it. And the reason, if you just come on, everybody think, I feel sorry for the kids, the high school kids, they're being left out, Hatter. Who's thinking about them? I am. Get your lesson. Nike went and got Spike Lee. Giving y'all some stuff y'all don't know. Use the same black and white technique that he used. She got to have it. They go get this young boy out of North Carolina, Michael Jordan, and the next thing you know, the birth of Jordans. And then Reebok, and then who was ahead of Nike at that point. Nike shoots past Reebok, and they like, we ain't got nobody, so we go get Allen Iverson out of Georgetown and give him a lifetime deal. They're chasing numbers. We can use black people to sell anything. They played a song, Pastor Cavassier, and all of y'all went out and bought some Cavassier. We're not talking about P.J. Haggerty. P.J. Haggerty got a scholarship. These young men were talking about, and it was great comments. Glenn Bishop and who was that? GQ. Great comments. Listen, I like your comments. I like your comments. Great, absolutely great comments. But they're flawed. And if you two guys, I know you two guys probably, it's some kids look up to y'all. And you can't sit up here and say, I'm feeling sorry for the kids. No, you got to give them options. And we got a great, great guest gonna come on shortly. I just want us to understand, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to play basketball to be successful. I gave y'all the story. If you live in Houston, and if you haven't been to 13 restaurant, James Harden owned a restaurant, right? It's called 13. One best restaurant in town to me. But the actual property, it's owned by a black doctor who, GQ, didn't play basketball. So James Harden, the millionaire basketball player, is paying rent to the black doctor who ain't never played college basketball. Man, I hope y'all heard that one. You'll get that one when you go home. I like basketball too. Thank you, Jimmy. You're on 2 minutes before the guests get on. I like that. The guests to beat you here. Boy, you something else. But I'm wrapping this up. You know, I hope y'all go back. Make sure your friends hear the beginning of the show. And it was a question that was asked. And my guest, she can hear it. Jimmy can hear it. Was a question that was asked. He said, Robert, I feel sorry. I love the show. I feel sorry for the, ask me, what do I think about the transfer portal? And I said, I love it. Because it's putting the power back in the kids. But a lot of high school kids gonna get left out. No. Murray State just lost their whole team in the transfer portal. So guess what? Go to the transfer portal and replenish it. That's what I told him. But how do I feel sorry for the young kid? Not for my son, but I just feel sorry for the other kids. Everybody is not going to play college basketball. It's a right. It's not a privilege. It's a privilege. It's not a right. Everybody ain't going to play. And I just gave the analogy. It's all right to be a doctor. It's all right to be whatever you want to be. It's some successful people on here who have never, ever, ever played college basketball. But let me bring my guest in. Let me bring Jimmy in first. Successful people who ain't never. Man, who is these people trying to join this show? Jimmy, you gave somebody else? It's people all over trying to. Do y'all know y'all can't get in? Somebody that got to that. But Jimmy, I want you, Jimmy, let me tell you, it's almost 1 o'clock. what I like about her, this guest, she's supposed to interview at one parents. Hey, put this this is a learning moment. Hold on. Let me put this on. Hold on. This is what I use as a learning moment. She was supposed to be on the 1 o'clock. She 10 minutes early. Okay, so these are the kind of stuff you need to be teaching your kids. And then Jimmy, somebody came, Mr. GQ came and said, I like all that, Robert, but why they rank if they can't play? I didn't say they can't play. They just
somebody said what?
Why they rank if they can't play? I'm talking about the high school kids.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why are they ranked if they can't? Because I'm saying they're good enough to play college basketball. He said
they can't play.
Yeah, he asked me. I said it. Hold on, Jimmy. I said they just ain't good enough. Talking about the high school guy. If they was good enough, I said PJ Haggard ain't having no hard time. All of those guys who was at the Guy V. Lewis Award, they ain't having a hard time getting to college. He talking about what he's concerned, Jimmy. The high school players. He said, this is ruining high school basketball. That's what he said.
No, it's not. It's ruining you and your household because you've been lying to these damn kids all the year. You done put all this money up under these kids, under their asses to go to all this different stuff. And now the return on your investment is upside down. That's what you're mad at. Let's get that thing. Let's get it out there. You know what? If y'all want to talk about this stuff, let's just put all the pistols in the middle of the table and let's talk about it.
Jimmy, why couldn't we just put all the cards? You always talk about some pistols. Why couldn't we just put all the cards?
Because you're shooting. So I mean, put your pistols in the middle of the table. Because if we're gonna shoot, let's just put the pistol in the middle of the table. And understand, we had an unsigned senior showcase. If you live within Texas, because we had people from Lubbock that was down here. We had people from the El Paso area was down here. $75, and you got the luxury of sitting on the actual bench with two different college coaches every time you play the game. That ain't never been done in the history of mankind.
But Jimmy, I feel sorry for the high school kids.
Okay,
it's ruining it. I'm ruining it.
What I'm saying is, if you have not exhausted all of your opportunities for a kid, a young man or young lady to get that college, to obtain that goal. That's why I mentioned that unsigned senior showcase. First of all, for those, the first layer of excuses, where you at? Was the kid you are thinking about that you think is going to get ruined? Did they attempt to attend that if they live in that area? So that means, they had to go to, it was spring break. They had to go to the beach. Well, guess what? Own it. That means guess what? This thing was only, Hallie, you know it. It was only 3 hours. So whatever you had to do on that Friday, they had some kids that was there. Guess what? They had school. It wasn't spring break for everybody on Friday, March the 18th at 11 a.m. in the morning. Some of those kids had school, Hallie. And you know what they did? They did just what they did the year before when they played grassroots basketball and they had to go out of town, one of those teams to play in an event, and the plane left on Friday morning or Thursday night. Know what they did? They didn't go to school on their Friday because they felt that was more important.
I just don't want us, these grown-ups. My thing, grown-ups, the kids are looking at you. Don't give them excuses. Give them options. Tell them. See, Jimmy, that's why I always tell this story, and we're gonna bring the guests on right after this. When your kids go to the 9th grade, I told y'all the story, and I hope y'all telling y'all kids this. I dropped my little old son off at the 9th grade, little old skinny little dude with glasses on. And in 9th grade, I pulled up to the school, West Side High School, first time he ever been to high school, pulled up to the school, and I got him outside the car, and I said, look here, son. I said, you got 2 million minutes till you finish this place and get out of this place till your 12th grade. What you do in this 2 million minutes going to determine how you live the rest of your life. So go in here and get everything you can out of these 2 million minutes. and he was a couple of percentage points away from being the salutatorian and the valedictorian. If he hadn't, y'all can tell him I told you. If he hadn't fell in love with this little girl in 11th grade and made that 1B he would have been valedictorian. But he went in there. I told him, y'all got to visualize this. This ain't magic. You got to let him know, hey, man, you got 2 million minutes. Go add it up. We got to start. I didn't say nothing about no basketball, Jimmy. I didn't tell him, man, go in here and hoop. Man, you go hoop and you can go. I didn't say nothing like that, Coach. I didn't say nothing like that. I just said you got too many million. What you do in this high school gonna determine how to win. So guess what? It was easy for Harvard and Cornell and Yale and all of them people to want him, Jimmy, because they looked at his transcript and they looked at his grades and said, Mr. Hatter, what can we do to get him on this campus? And I love basketball just as much as every one of y'all do. But I made Jimmy said long time ago, he said, eliminate the excuse. I was going to eliminate any excuse for him not to play or him not to do fulfill his dream of playing college basketball. Jimmy, introduce the guest, and I know she probably got something to really tell y'all about that.
Oh, man, look, I wasn't here. First of all, of course, I want to give a shout out to PJ Haggerty, who was named the Guy V. Lewis Player of the Year on yesterday evening during the ceremony at University of Houston. Shout out to him. We have confirmed PJ Haggerty will join us next week live on the Chop Shop, and you guys will get to understand and pick his brain and learn whatever makes PJ tick. And you hear a lot of his truths directly from him. PJ Haggerty, Guy V. Lewis Player of the Year. Meanwhile, our guest, Women Rock Wednesday, it is. We're going to ask you guys to share the show right now, if you will. Share the show to your timelines. I'm going to help. I'm going to go, and I'm going to share it right along with you guys. And I just did. Shared it to my platform. I mean, to my page and my story. So, I mean, it'll be going across the top on the Facebook. And then on my YouTube page, I've gave it a thumbs up just now, and I've just shared it to my Twitter account from the YouTube page. So once again, I invite you guys to do the same if you would be so kind to do so. Meanwhile, our guest, as I mentioned, we mentioned yesterday, we're talking about Black history. She's the first Black woman, right, to Black head coach to win win a national championship at the junior college ranks. She not only is the first Black head coach, female, to do so at that level, she also has set another bar that is going to be challenging for it to ever be broken in years to come. That is, she had an all-Black staff. I'm talking about Chocolate City. And the town, of course, and I'll make it even sweeter, is the college resides in the great state of Texas.
Absolutely.
Who's been kicking butt on the boys and the girls side, churning out McDonald's All-American after McDonald's All-American. No state in the country has produced more girls McDonald's All-American than Texas since the inception since 2002, when the girls first had the McDonald's game. No state has done more than that. So it's easy to see why she didn't have to go far to capitalize and to reach this achievement. And that's the truth. And so I'm talking about head coach Trina Tillis Horde.
There she is. Hold on, Trina.
She signed up. Look at her. She got her stuff on everything. She gonna make her
goodness. She don't take long either, Jimmy.
Hey,
Jimmy, she don't take long.
She got that arm all on her lips and everything. She's shining, boy. She good to go right now today. You can't tell me
Because I
nothing.
knew I was coming in here with you guys. I was like, no. I gotta come correct.
Hey, Trina, I hope you got a glimpse of the Chop Shop. I hope you heard some of my soliloquy. And I just hope you understand this the Chop Shop, man. I have to keep it raw. Because Trina, the guy came on and just said, Hatter, the transport portal. He said it real eloquent. He said, Hatter, what are your views on the transfer portal? And I said, man, I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing because the kids got power. But Hatter, this killing high school basketball. I'm worried about these kids, the high school players. I said, all of them ain't got to play basketball, Trina. Why people think you got to play basketball, Trina?
Because of the skin we're in. I mean, they literally think the only way you can be successful as an African American is that you're an athlete. I mean, my daughter is 6 foot, a little over 6 foot. And every time somebody sees her, the first thing they ask is, are you a basketball player? Well, she's an artist first. She's an intelligent kid first. So, it can't be all about sports. Now, I love sports. That little orange ball got me a long way.
Yeah, me too. Right, hold up. Well, hey, Trina, me too. He's a hater, Trina. He's a hater. He gonna hate on me.
Gotcha. And you know what? It's all about that. We can't be relegated to a box where the only thing we can be is in sports or we're some entertainer.
And Trina,
so I love.
When I'm on the plane, and sometimes I'm blessed enough they'll put me in first class. The first thing these folks ask me, do I play something? No. You know what I tell them? I'm an entrepreneur. I use my mind to get up here where you at. But you're right. They put us in this box. Hold up. And we let them put us in this box.
There you go.
Jimmy, what you got, man?
Oh, man. I mean, I think we were talking earlier, the portal. And you're at the junior. First of all, let's let the people know.
Yeah.
Tell us your name, the road that you travel, where you're from, and the school, more importantly, this college for which you currently head, and your recent achievement at that school.
My name is Trina Tullis-Hord. I am the head women's basketball coach at Tyler Junior College. I think the first thing I want to make sure to note is I am the first African-American standalone, because I don't want to take anything from Kenya Larkin Landers at Trinity Valley. She was the co-head coach with her husband. They brought diversity to, and it was the first mixed marriage. So you're looking at history from all perspectives, but I just don't want to discount what she did. Now she did it, but she did it as a co-head coach. I did it as a standalone head coach, and that doesn't take anything away from what she did. But I've been at Tyler for the last 22 years. I came here from the University of Arkansas, where I was under Gary Blair. I played basketball at Stephen F. Austin State University, and I am the 2022 national champion for the NJCAA Division I community.
Hold on.
Say it with your chest, man.
I love these sound effects. I need these sound effects. When I'm talking to my husband, I need a sound effect button.
Tell him to call me. Tell him I got it. Jimmy, what else you got?
Now, your roster this year, once again, they might have, in case they missed that, for the people in the back, you won the national championship this season. Yeah. What was your record? What was your record? Take us through that moment at the national championship game. Who did you beat?
We are right now. We are 29-8. We had a really, really good season. Going into our last game, we had the opportunity to win the conference outright, but we went to Blinn, had a tough game over there. I call it a little home cooking, but it wasn't home cooking. Didn't play as well. And so we went from first to third, which gave Trinity Valley and Blinn a tie for first. So we ended up third in our conference. Went into our regional tournament, which is the same conference becomes a region. We lost the first game of the tournament. But the NJCAA committee, when they were choosing the 24 teams for the national tournament, they didn't just look at what happened at the end of our conference. They looked at our whole body of work. We'd had a great season. We had gone through the conference. We stayed number one for a long time, but we had to end the conference playing the top 6 teams in the conference at their place, and then having one of the number one team come to our place. And, they looked at that and they didn't say, you know what, she's supposed to win all these games. So they allowed us in the tournament. They made us a number 16 seed, which put us in a matchup with the number 17 seed, Chipola, another team. We had the same identical rankings. We were both 23-8. We both got third in our conference in the same type of situation. They just let us in. And I wouldn't even watch the selection show because I'm like, I'm going to watch this show. I'm going to have the news and the media here, and they're going to see this little black girl get embarrassed because our name's going to not be in that number. Sure and behold, that our name came up in that number pretty quick. And then we just went to work, and we knew if we had the opportunity, just give us an opportunity, that all you got to do is give us a seat at the table. And if you give us a seat at the table, we'll figure out how to eat. And I felt like our girls went out to the national tournament and they ate. We beat a 16 seed. We knocked off an 8 seed. We knocked off a 12 seed. We knocked off there was one more seed. I forget. There's so many seeds. But then we knocked off the number 3 seed that was left in the conference. And we beat these people. We beat the number 1 team in the country by 28 points. So I felt like my kids, when given a seat at the table, we were ready to play, and we just went out there and gave it our all.
Coach, I got something. I'm going to show you a picture. Tell me what this picture mean to you.
Oh, my Lord. You know what that picture is? 22 years in the making. And I'd almost got to the point that I didn't know if having a national title was meant for me, even to the point my old assistant is at Trinity Valley now. Last year, she was in the final game, and I had sent her a text message saying, hey, P, the seed might not go through me. It might go through you, because I'd always wanted to be the first standalone African-American female to win a national title. But I told her it might go through you. It might grow through me and go through you. And I told her, one cook, we all eat. And so I was for her because she was an African-American female. She was young, but she didn't win it. Northwest Florida won it. But this year, she copied my same message and sent it to me. And she said, this is what you did. Now you get to sow your own seed. You get to grow your own seed. And it means so much because I'm at TJC. All of our sports win. And when you go past our front office, there is this trophy case. And that trophy case for 22 years has been taunting me. I swear when I go by, it's like, nah, boo-boo, you don't have any contributions in here. And because when I took this job, they had just won the title in 2000. But and the coach had told me, winning this title, it's huge. It's hard to do. But every year I had classes. I had great classes. I've delivered a lot of kids to Division I programs, but I never had a title. I've gotten close. I've gotten to the Elite 8 and done all of it, but I just never gotten that title. So when I got off the bus and there was all of these fans and they did a trophy walk. So they line all these people up for you to carry the trophy to this case that's been taunting me. That was huge. I mean, I've been crying. I probably cry on this show today.
Well, I'm going to make you cry a little bit more, because guess what? Tell me about this picture right here.
That was just a but God moment. I mean, I don't know if anybody watched the end of the game, but I did a little Pentecostal shout because this isn't something I had become a part of an elite club. Didn't happen every day. Right. It didn't happen certainly with African Americans there, because there's only been 2 before me. It didn't happen often with females, because every team I played at the national tournament and I had to defeat was a white male. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was a white male. Yeah. And so females in sports, we African-American females, we're starting to have our day and we're starting to get our jobs, but that doesn't mean it's any easier for us to make statements and win games. So when Dawn Staley is out there doing what she does, I'm one of those. I'm privy to the background noise, the static and the friction that she's having to take while she's trying to do that job, because, she's second guessed. She's going to second guess herself. I mean, there's going to be people that don't like her because she doesn't have the complexion for protection. So it's just a matter of, it's about that grind. It's about that grind. And sometimes it seems like our grind is harder, but the deal is we can't give up on the grind. It's so easy to give up on the grind. And a lot of coaches get out of the business because it seems like they never can get to that high ceiling. But I mean, this year I was able to get to that ceiling, and it was just overwhelming. It was just a God moment. It was surreal. And even 10 minutes after, I'm looking at the confetti flying and I'm going, is this real? I'm still waiting on Ashton Kutcher to come and tap me and say, okay, you've been punked. The tournament's going to start next week.
You know what, Jimmy, did you mention the 500 career wins? Jimmy, did you mention?
No, not yet.
Coach, you got 500 career wins, Coach. Hey, you know what? I saw this tweet said, man, I got to show this lady some love. When I saw that tweet, it was over for me. And we just happened to have Trey Phillips say, man, y'all want her on the show? Do we want her? If you go see the text, I said, do we? I forgot what I said. I said, do we? And but I'm just so glad to have you around. I mean, have you in the day. It's you said something in one of your tweets. You said no one can say ever the NJCAA championship is not a tournament of gladiators. These kids have to win 4 to 5 games in 6 straight days. JUCO is not for the weak.
It's not. JUCO is not for the weak. I mean, a lot of people see JUCO as last chance U. For me, it's first chance U. It's your first opportunity to go to college and possibly get on the court versus other freshmen and sophomores. Now, with the portal and all of that, there might be some juniors out there. But like literally, it's your opportunity to get to know teachers. Learn how to be the best version of you without going into this ocean, this huge ocean where there's freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, and grad transfers. You're not having to challenge that. You're getting in the classroom in a smaller environment. You're getting to play. If you are of that talent, everybody don't get to play, but of that talent, and then you're getting to showcase yourself, and then the ability to move on to the next level if you are of that talent. That's the thing about it. People don't realize there are some D1s out there that can taunt D1 that my team or a lot of teams that we play against could go and beat. So, I tell people, don't get it twisted. Talent is talent. And it's whoever's going to put their shoes on and are going to come out to play. We shoot the ball just like you. We shoot from the same 3-point line. There is no handicap in junior college. The only difference is we're not flying on charter planes. We might be in buses and vans driven by your coaches. We don't have all the academic teams. So our kids are gladiators, and they have to do it the hard way. They have to fight tooth and nail, and still they'll get disrespected. You know, that one guy was talking about when the Juwan Howard situation happened, that it was like junior college, baby. I don't know what junior college you're talking about, but not our junior college. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that take a negative connotation to junior college. You guys were talking earlier about the portal. And somebody had said something about the high school kids getting left out. No, the problem is the high school kids aren't getting left out. The high school kids are getting left on the side of the road, and now they got to choose, okay, do I take a different bus? But they want that bus straight to D1. Maybe they need to go to the junior college to get through a junior college to get there. Maybe they're not D1. They need to be at NAIA, D3, D2. But there are more levels than just D1, because for a lot of D1s, you are D1 on the end of D bench twirling D towel. And I say that all the time.
Keep talking. You preach. I ain't got nothing to say. You that's what I was trying to tell. But see, and they get mad because I said, well, they just might not be good enough to play. Some of these high school players. Get what he said. Get what he come back to me. Well, he ranked. I guess they're trying to get a jab at my man because Jimmy ranked kids. Well, then, Jimmy, I'm going to put it up. I'm going to put it up here. Jimmy, I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to put it up there. Here you go right here. He said, well, why are they ranked if they cannot play? All I was saying, they just might not be able to play in college. You can be ranked. It don't mean you can go play in college. But some of these people, they don't, but I love you said that they're not left out. They just left on the side of the road. And they just got to choose a different bus. I know Jimmy started typing, so he done wrote that and tweeted that somewhere. I already know. See, look at him. I know what he's doing. So what else you got, Jim? You want to, if you want to elaborate on that, Coach?
The transfer portal. Since we're on that topic now,
okay.
I noticed how with your program specifically, how are you utilizing it, and how has it changed the recruitment or the inception of talent that you're receiving right now? And did the makeup of this particular roster, because I noticed something special about your roster. I study rosters. Most people just wait to basketball. And my thing is, you don't have to have a PhD to tell talent, but you have to have some type of a different special degree of understanding to be able to look at a roster, and then you could connect some certain dots. Like for your roster, I could tell that you have 3 international players on your roster. JUCO budgets don't normally give you the means and economics to go and travel outside of the boundaries of this country. So that means you got to plug somewhere to getting you these international girls, right? That's one. Number 2, what I noticed about your roster is that ain't but one girl on your roster this year, national championship winning team, that's a freshman. So I mean, you have the equivalent of old girls compared, and you're playing with junior college teams against. That means you got a 17 and under team, and you have an 18 and under team or a 19 and under team. You playing against mostly 18 and under or 17 and under. That's special. That's the makeup. Now you can elaborate on how the portal yielded this, or how is it affecting and helping you right now?
Okay, I would say last year we were terrified of the portal because we felt like the portal was really going to hurt junior college, because once upon a time, junior colleges were the portal. Kid wasn't happy. They went down to junior college, and then they moved up to D1. So once upon a time, we were that portal. Now, with kids being able to jump from school to school, we were worried that we weren't going to get the talent, or schools were going to go in and they were only going to take D1 kids. But as I said earlier, some of the D1 kids that people were taking weren't D1 level. That's the reason they were going in the portals. You look at the portal, and the portal's not just about the kids jumping places. It's also some of these schools are happy for these kids to jump in the portal so they can get another kid. So what the portal did for us this year is it allowed me, I picked up 3 transfers from D1 that they had gone in the portal. They didn't like the looks they were going to get. They didn't want to go to a losing program. They didn't want to have to rebuild a program. They didn't want to have to play behind someone. So they thought, let me go to junior college and revamp my stock or re-showcase myself. Because once they come to junior college, they get 5 more visits. They get 5 more opportunities, and they get to elevate themselves on the court, learning the game, honing in, tuning up what they need to tune up. So I think the portal actually helped us a little more than we thought it was. Now, this year, because so many people had picked up some kids in the portal and didn't like what they got, they said, you know what? I enjoyed the portal, but I'm going to go back to good old-fashioned junior college, where I know these kids have had these 2 years of seasoning or this 1 year of seasoning. I know who their coaches are. I know what kind of program they come from. Because, you're getting a kid out of portal. If I'm going to steal a kid from Stephen F. Austin, I'm not going to go ask Stephen F. Austin what they think about the kid. I'm just going to steal her and hope I'm getting a good prize. But it's just a matter of now they're coming back to junior college because they're saying, you know what? I think I'd better take this kid with some playing experience versus this kid with some bench experience. So it's helped me. I mean, as of yesterday, there was 1,402 kids in the portal. We haven't even started looking at the portal because right now we already had a collection of kids, like high school kids that we know. We're going, these kids are D1 level, but because of the portal, you got so many schools saying, hey, we're not going to look at high school kids anymore. We're going to start looking at D1s and looking at the transfers. Well, those kids are going to be left. And like I said, those kids have to choose to get on the bus. I've got 158 players that have played for me. And I can tell you about 135 of those wishes TJC was a 4-year. And they say their experience at junior college was better than their experience at the D1.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all the money, because of what we get to do. We actually have a relationship. It's a business, but it's a family business. At the junior college level, we're business, but it's family business.
Okay.
At the D1 level, it's business. And people are trying to keep their jobs. People are trying to feed their families.
Absolutely.
And if you don't take care of your business at that level, they're going on next monkey with a longer tail. And it goes both ways. You can find the good and bad in anything.
Yes. Yeah.
And with that portal, if you choose to see nothing but bad in it, that's what you're going to see.
Absolutely.
But if you find the good in it and you decipher, I always tell people we're making chicken salad out of chicken poo-poo. I would say the word, but I don't know if this show is.
You all right.
Okay.
Jimmy say it all the time.
Hey, chop that sandwich up and say what it means. Say what the shit.
Well, but we always talk about we're making chicken salad out of chicken shit. Now, you said that, I had these contacts and all that. I've been here for 22 years. Nobody's delivering this chick any players. No, I don't. I don't have anybody that's hand feeding, but I do have some friends that say, hey, T, I heard there's a kid over in France that might come to America. Well, baby, I got the gift of gab. Put me a parlez-vous français. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone trying to make it do what it do and bringing them to my area. Or then when I get those kids, once I have a kid from France, I'm like, hey, baby, let me know every kid in Paris that's available. And because it's about relations. At my level, it's not about who's going to hand me something. It's about what relationships can I make that people are going to want to gift me something. If a kid has an amazing experience at Tyler Junior College, they're going to want another kid to have an amazing experience at Tyler Junior College. And I tell my players all the time, I'm like, baby, you better enjoy these wins because these might be the last wins you see for a long time. So never take the gift for granted. So it's all in what you want. What do you want? What are you looking for? You want that name on your chest? Anybody can wear that Memphis Tiger right there.
Yeah.
But Merriweather might not want you, your sister, your auntie, nor your mama. So everybody can't play. They are going to have 12 to 15 people on the roster. And only 5 can be on the court at one time. So it's about finding what's going to work for you. What do you really want out of this? Because I can put a name on my chest. Heck, I'll change names on my chest tomorrow so you'll have something else. But what are you willing to wear?
Wow.
So now, first of all, we're going to give everybody a chance to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's somebody that y'all know out there that need to get some of these. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Women Rock Wednesday. And let me tell you something. Hey, she earned the nickname now. We're going to get Coach T. We're going to get Ain't that ever call you Coach T?
T-Bag.
Coach T. We put all the syllables out your name. T. That's what we're going to do. So T, you're going to keep rocking on this win. We're going to get some more stuff for you. And of course, shortly, we'll give the viewers a chance to toss their questions directly to you shortly. But meanwhile, how has life changed as we get closer to the signing date for the spring recruits? Because once again, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's bittersweet. You won this national championship, as I said before, but you only had one freshman. So that means, doing simple math, that means you lose your entire roster except one player. What's the plan?
I go out there and use my hustle muscle. I mean, literally. Last year, I was a team full of freshmen. We went to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
We needed to add something to that. We added 3 players. The beauty of people can, like I said, you can see the good and the bad and everything. The beauty of junior college is the ability to start over every year. I mean, I could have cleaned out the whole house and started over, but we get to start over. The kids that I'm bringing in, if I was bringing back all these kids that won a national title, how do you motivate somebody that's won a national title? It's tougher. Now you're going to get these kids that are going to be hungry. All we're going to tell them is, baby, they won the national title. What you going to do? You're going to embarrass that national title? Yeah. And for me as a coach, I got a good excuse.
Right.
Oh, I only got one back. What do you expect me to do?
Right.
But then if I reload And then we get back to the national tournament. It's once again, I'm using that mayo and that pickle relish. We making that chicken salad, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about getting out there and hustle. We got kids that are calling us like crazy. We've got our kids that they have their friends in different places. Now, while we were at the national tournament, it took about 2 weeks between the first start of the national tournament and end. Well, while we were doing that, all of our opponents were out there using their hustle muscle. We've lost 3 kids in recruiting this week because other coaches in junior college told them, oh, they won the national title. You won't be able to play for them. They're going to recruit better than you. They're not going to want you. So those kids went on and signed with those schools. Well, I'm a firm believer in what God has for me, he has for me. I've never had to have those superstars. I'm not getting D1s aren't placing kids with me, and we've been able to make the most out of that. So we use our hustle muscle and we keep on hustling. Yes, we're going to have a new team, but we're going to have a same crew of coaches. We're going to get to work and we're going to get the best kids we can get. And there are actually more kids than scholarships out there. So you just go out there and you get the hungry. That hungry kid that, like I said, was sitting on that bus stop waiting on that bus. Trina's on her way. This bus driver right here, beep, beep, beep. And when I honk, you need to come get on the bus.
Miss Trina,
yes, sir.
I got a special surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay? You got to be special. When this guy here, I don't never know when he going to come on the show because, it's like, hey, man, he's so booked. I saw his schedule, what he got to be doing at the Final Four, and for him to take out the time for us today because he knew you was coming on the show, but CBS Sports and CBS Sports Networks on, and the Chop Shop's on. Chris Walker is in the building right now. He don't like for me to say nothing like that, but man, we got a national champion, a coach on the screen. Coach Chris, you didn't win a national championship, but your college happened to win one. Villanova.
Two of them.
They bought
two.
They bought them.
I don't care, Jimmy. I wish we can buy us a couple.
Buy them. I'm not going to start Jimmy with all that nonsense.
Hey, you're in a better hotel room. You're upgraded, I see. But, Coach, welcome. Chris Walker's in the building.
Red Roof Inn got suites too now.
Huh? We'll leave the light on for you.
I'm going to see Walk. What's up, see Walk?
What's up, Walt? What's up, baby?
What's up? What's happening, guys? How y'all doing?
Wake up, man.
We got Black History. We got Black History with us today. The first standalone female black head coach to win a national championship, and done so with another first, an all-black staff.
Oh, wow.
You look at Black History right there.
All black female staff.
All black female staff, excuse me. Tyler Junior College, Chris Walker.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
The home of Robert Pack and Byron B. Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they was in the backcourt together. Back when I was at Angelina, Byron then was at Tyler TJC. But now, see, Walk. This is phenomenal. We talking about the portal a while ago, and you mentioned, Coach T. You mentioned that just recently, D1. A lot of your Power Fives aren't stashing those type of players at your program. You basically have to get it out of the mud. Since you've won the championship, is that changing? And also, I want to ask you, you mentioned earlier at the top of the show, the conversation, that you played under Coach Blair, right? If I thought I heard you right, you played for Coach Blair. You played with him, or did you coach with him?
I played for him and I coached with him. I played for him at Stephen F. Austin his first 3 years, and then I coached with him at Arkansas for 4 years.
Okay, so here's the question. Okay, he's been full circle. Mississippi State, now he's at University of Texas. One, how's their relationship? I mean, I would think that coming from up under his tree, that the least case scenario, that University of Texas would reach down to Tyler Junior College, the women's basketball program, offer you guys to come and play an exhibition game, which that can go and stimulate and economically. They got to give it to somebody, I would think. And number two, why wouldn't Coach Blair want to stash you? He was on his staff. would he not want to, hey, put one or two girls that's going to be number 13, 14 on his roster, or I mean, scholarship-wise, number 13, 14, may be able to help you or not. You saw that look how
I saw it, man. You what, boy? She gave you that Clint Eastwood look, but keep going.
Hey, she got the you ain't making that salad and turning into something else, ain't it?
Well, like I said, let's just repeat what I said early.
Okay.
No one's handed me players.
Okay.
No one's putting any references for me to get jobs.
Okay.
I that's just a part of my history.
Okay. I got you.
The lack of help, the lack of help is a mystery. I mean, when you think about it, I played under Gary Blair. And when you look at that staff, I played under Gary Blair at Stephen F. Austin. Neil Fortner, who's at Georgia Tech, was the assistant. Christy Curry, who's at Alabama, was our assistant. Leanne Riley, who was here before me. Now, she was one of my proponents when I got the junior college job. But as far as help, no. Vic Schaefer, when I was at the University of Arkansas, was our assistant coach. He's now at Texas. Mike Neighbors was our volunteer assistant. He's now the head coach at University of Arkansas. I'll let y'all stew on the rest of it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that. I see where that's going. Jimmy, I'm not gonna let you go there with it. But Chris, I want you to help me, Chris. Chris Coast, I got ambushed a little bit earlier, but it was a great ambush. One guy, he just said, Robert, he said, the portal. He said, what do you think about the transfer portal? And I told him I loved it. I love the kids to be able to do this and be, because I said sometimes you probably not with the same woman you was with when you first met her. I said some of y'all on 2 or 3 wives, so I know this happened. But he came back at me and said, but Robert, what about the kids? This is ruining high school basketball. What about the kids? The high school they're ruined. And then Jim, then Chris, one guy came and said, I said, well, dude, basketball at the college level is not for everybody. Chris, you great at giving numbers and great at look at it. They're not good mathematicians because they understand the law of average. You might not play college basketball. But yeah, what he said. He said after that, well, Robert, well, if they can't play, why they rank them if they can't play? I think that was a jab at Jimmy. Well, why do they rank them if they can't play in college? So, Chris, that's what I had to deal with before even Coach came on the air.
That's because you talk too much. But Coach, it's funny, Coach. I was talking to Jackie McWilliams. You know Jackie McWilliams, the president of the commissioner of the CIAA. I had on my podcast yesterday. And we were having a conversation about women getting opportunities and, gender equity. And also when it comes to jobs, because we were talking about could a woman play in the NBA? And then that conversation went over to, can a woman coach in the NBA? And they're getting opportunities in the NBA. Then it spilled over into, okay, well, are there women that coach high school? There are women that coach college. Why can't we make that something that happens? She's talking like Vivian Stringer or Dawn Staley. Could they coach boys? Absolutely, they coach boys. Give me a break. So that spilled over into, and I said, well, why do colleges? And I played. Vic Schaefer was my high school coach, by the way. And I said, why do colleges not hire women and hire men to coach girls? So I think that back in the day, it was always the woman who was doing other stuff. I don't know what that is. And the dad who was more interested in sports, who didn't have a son, right, got all the girls together and became the coach. So it was more, in line. Well, the dad should be the coach, not the mom. You know what I mean? Unless the mom plays sports, right? Mm-hmm. So then that carried over to the dad being interested and all of a sudden saying, I want to coach girls. Or some guys on the men's side say, you know what? It's not working out for me over here. I'm going to go coach girls. I can advance quicker because they look at men differently than they do in sports. So I feel your pain over there and what you're dealing with, because when you start rattling off all the guys that you worked, your colleagues, and where they've gone. And I was talking to Jackie about, Jackie, do you face the same thing when you sit at, because she worked at the NCAA for a long time, and she talked about how the inequities, and you sit there. I don't think a lot of people even know that the NCAA tournament was not even the women's tournament was not even allowed to use March Madness till this year. I don't think people know that. So when they say March Madness, they're not talking about the women's tournament. This year they are, but before they weren't. So that shows you right there the inequities. And also you see what happened with the weight room, with that one little tweet, what happened. So I feel your pain being a sister. I get it. And, you know, we're still fighting that battle on the men's side. And I'll just say this to give you some type of, you know, encouragement, like keep doing what you're doing, because they're gonna find you. It is what it is. They just put a rule. I tweeted this to Hatter. He went ghost on me because every time I make sense, he run from me like a turkey from. I mean, I don't even get there, but the NFL put a rule in that each team must hire a minority on offense. That is shameful to me. That is shameful to me. Why do you got to put a rule in? But as Dr. King says, you can't legislate morality. You have to regulate behavior. Because if you don't put a rule in, they won't do it.
Absolutely.
Because it's got to come from the judicial level.
Exactly.
I said that the other day. Equality, the only way you're going to fix equality is it's got to come from the judicial level. Because we've relied on people to do the right thing because it's the right thing for a long time and they hadn't done the right thing. So therefore, you have got to legislate it at the judicial level. You've got to be an advocate for it. And then when we get in those positions, you got to do something with those positions, because we don't land on our feet. We don't have 9 lives. So you've got to run the program.
And that's the inequity, that's the injustice as well, that because you get a spot, and I feel it being on television or when I was a coach, that you can't make a mistake. Like you're not allowed, like your margin of error is smaller. Like you can't be a human being. You can't fail. Failure is a part of success. So that's unfortunate, and it should not be that way. That's what the coach from Miami is saying. Like, this is ridiculous. You know, guy gets chance. And again, Cliff Kingsbury is one of my boys, but being fired from Texas Tech and then becoming the head coach of the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, the Phoenix Cardinals. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. And so I understand where you're coming from. Like I said, it pains me to hear that you have to go through those, you know, those hoops like that, given the fact that you work for some basketball royalty and a guy like Gary Blair and Vic Schaefer and the guys you worked alongside of, and you're still having to box your way, you know, and knock down doors. But all I would say is that something good has got to be around the corner if it's that hard to get there. It's got to be. I mean, Jimmy lost a couple pounds. Now he think he Casanova. So something like it's hard. It was hard for him to get there, but he's finally there. So something good around the corner, because he looked way better than he did when he was like 25. I'm telling you right now, something good around the corner.
But even without it being around the corner, like the corner that I'm in, the situation that I am in a D1 type program at the junior college level. I'm winning. I like going to work. I don't stress about having a bad season. I don't stress about getting fired over some silly stuff. So it's almost like I'm in such a good situation. Why would I leave that situation? And a lot of people use that against me. Why? I mean, Coach Blair has told me, why would you leave a Tyler? You're going to be a Hall of Famer there, and you're going to be all of this and that there. But, you know, every one of us has to want to strive to be better and want to be more and make more money.
Tell Coach Blair to pay you. Tell Coach Blair for them to pay you at Tyler what they paid him at A&M, and then that would make sense. So I hear what they're saying. I mean, yeah, don't leave, don't this. Get out of here with that. You know what I mean? The bottom line is you deserve, whether you want to leave there or not, we all have a price. So if the University of Alabama, I work with Krista Curry as well, comes calling and going to pay you $1 million, guess what? You're going to be over there with Nick Saban. You can talk all that mess all you want about. You're going to be comfortable.
Exactly. I know, honey.
So stop that, Coach T. So Coach T, don't
go 10% of that million, and I'm
out there. Hey, Coach, I did see a tweet, Coach. And I hate to say it. I wish just it was me and you and Jimmy on the show, because I can't tell him because he's going to use it against you. I saw your tweet. You said, Coach Yo said no. I love me some loyalty.
I like some loyalty, you know.
Explain it what the people, because a lot of people don't know what we mean by Coach Yo from from Ole Miss, she said no to who? Who was trying to get her?
Wasn't it Georgia? It was Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia was trying to get her.
Because you see so many times where these programs will throw money at you. And my grandma always told me all money ain't good money. And you go run for the dollars, but you're put in a position that might not be your lot in life. You're setting yourself up. Whereas there are sometimes, I mean, Nolan Richardson, I hate the way he went out at Arkansas.
Right.
But the way he went out, his name is still on the floor. They couldn't discount his legacy.
Right.
So you want to build I believe in legacy building, and I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But I believe in legacy building. I'm all about leaving a legacy, because if I leave a legacy, I'm sowing a seed for that next little African-American girl to get this job at TJC when I decide to vacate it. Now, is somebody going to throw so many dollars at me that legacy? What? Who? Legacy?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
You're willing to get out of here for that.
You got to think.
But it also the loyalty is starting to leave the building. I mean, even we've been talking about, we're all over this show, but we've been talking about with the portal, loyalty is leaving the building. You can be talking to a kid and loving her one day, and the next day, you know what, that girl is in the portal. And these coaches are starting to see that. And with that loyalty, if I had the loyalty I gave people, I'd be in a different position. But everybody's not going to show you the same loyalty that you show them. But you got to figure out what's your loyalty going to be. What ground are you going to stand on? Who are you going to be? I can be everybody else. I could pretend to be everybody else, but I got to be the best version of Trina. And what is the situation that is going to gain Trina a legacy? Because I can die tomorrow, and y'all gonna stop talking about me after about 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
And TJC is gonna have a coach hired within the next 3 weeks.
Absolutely. Great point.
So when Yo said I'm staying, I went with Yo because that was Yo's decision, because it was so easy to judge Yo. Why didn't you take Georgia? Did you not? You know what, Yo, go with Yo. Do you, Yo. Be happy with what you're doing.
Give me a reason, because I know the resources that Ole Miss has, those being from that area. Now the city is not like Athens, Georgia, but Athens, Georgia ain't New York either. So people were telling me it's the Georgia. Ole Miss can pay her what Georgia can. So that's why I didn't understand the dynamic of it. And I didn't understand what they were talking about, because they're both in the SEC, right? The Slave Economic Concerns. But yeah, that's what I call it. They're both in the SEC. Chris, you don't have to comment on that. But I got another one for you. Yeah, look that up. Don't be you. Well, you can't use that. But a young man, Michael Garcia, he came on early and he asked, how do the transfer portal do the players in the transfer portal, how does it work? Do the players call the coaches, or do the coaches call the kids on the list? Players have to watch out they don't burn bridges. How does that work?
According to my understanding, and I'm just at the junior college level, but we get into the portal because we're looking for kids also. The kids go to the athletic director. They don't even have to go to the coaches or the coaching staff. And they just say, literally, I want to go into the portal. They put them in the portal, and they list all the information the kids are willing to put out there. A lot of times what the kids are willing to put out there, their address or their Twitter handle or or some form of social media. And then the contact is made by the coaches, because once they're in the portal, they're free agents. And for me, the portal is the opportunity for the rich to steal from the poor. And I mean, it really is. I mean, one of my friends coaches at Troy University, and you look at Tennessee, and Tennessee just came and got their best player. But that kid, if I'm that kid and I get the opportunity to go to Tennessee from Troy, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going. So I see where it works both ways for the kid. The kid can go up. The kid, and not many times does the kid go in the portal looking to go down, unless they're looking for minutes and opportunities. because everybody is trying to go up. Everybody wants a Tennessee, a Georgia, an A&M to pull them out. Even if they're a mid-major, a kid at, I keep saying Stephen F. Austin next because that's my alma mater.
Yeah.
But a kid that plays well at Stephen F. Austin will go into the portal hoping one of the P5s will come and get her. And so it's all in what you're looking for. And one of my friends lost 2 kids yesterday that didn't want to wait their turn. They were freshmen this year. The grad transfers were going to be leaving, but the kid said, well, if I didn't get to play my first year, I'm not going to stay here to not play my second year. So it's a bartering system, and I see it both ways for everyone. I'm kind of glad I'm not in the mix of all that madness. I just sit here and see all the trickle down effect, and there'll be still really, really good kids left in the portal after all of this is over and everybody's got their teams, because you can only have 12 to 15 players on a team.
Well,
Chris, I wanted to ask you, Chris, on the outside of the junior college ranks, in the 4-year ranks, how I want you to compound on what she just explained about the portal and comparison to the to the 4-year ranks, you being a 4-year Division I coach for 2 decades. And a lot of people may not have known that. But at the same time, the portal just came in a few years ago at the tail end of your coaching career, but you got to experience it a little bit. What is the concept and the approach for many of the comrades and the colleagues that are still at the Division I level that you've come in contact with about now? Because from my understanding, most of the time, most of those kids that get in the portal, as Coach T just said, they want to go up. But once they get on the elevator, they realize it's going a whole different direction. Speak on that.
Well, first of all, the portal has always been in effect. They just gave it a name. Kids always transferred. It's just become now in vogue to transfer, right? And a lot of that is, I believe a lot of that is sparked by LeBron James and trickle down, moving around. It's sexy to move. It's sexy to be a part of, because that's what those kids do. They emulate what they see. They superstars. They hero worship. Now when you add in COVID, where they can get the extra year, you add in not having to sit out, do a year of residency, where kids can just go somewhere right away, right? If they don't like what they see. There's a counter to it. It's hurting freshmen. Freshmen got to be very careful what school they choose. Some universities at the high level won't even bring in freshmen now, because they know if they do not play their freshman year, they're going to leave. And there's also pressure on coaches to win right away. See, what people don't understand, what St. Peter's just did, put a whole lot of pressure on a whole lot of mid-major coaches. Because now you're talking about a university that averaged 530 fans a game that went to the Elite Eight. So what do you think ADs are saying at all the other schools? Hold on, man. What you mean you need more money to recruit? Look what St. Peter's did. What do you mean you need to do this? Look what Shaheen did. Which is asinine to me, because no one's ever done it in the history of the NCAA. But again, if you're going to add the transfer portal, new. If you're going to add in NIL, that's another thing that's a part of this, that's driving stuff. Name, image, and likeness. There's people that some universities have an $8 million fund that people pay into. So you got things that are driving the transfer portal. Because at first, I talked to a lot of my buddies. I say, man, what's going on? He said, man, you're not going to believe this. The first thing everyone asks is, what's that NIL like? It used to be, what's your cost of attendance like? It used to be before that, do you have a practice facility? It used to be before that, are y'all on TV? It used to be before that, do y'all wear Nike? It used to be before that, what league are y'all in? So basketball continues to evolve as time goes on. And at the end of the day, I say this all the time, I blame the NBA. I blame the NBA, and I blame the culture of the United States where basketball is so popular because of social media and because live that life that make it look like it's so easy to attain. So easy to attain. And I'm telling you right now, I look at a kid like, son, listen, I get it. First of all, why is education not at the forefront of this? I get it. You want to go to, because kids make just bad decisions all the time. Well, I'd rather go to Northwestern State than go to Howard or to go to Morehouse. Why? Why would you? Because I want to play D1 ball. Okay, I understand that. But if you're going to Northwestern State, you're probably not playing in the NBA. So now let's talk about your life. I just want to play D1 so I can say I did it in my life. Yeah, but going to Morehouse might be better for your life. So no one ever cares about life decisions. It's all about sports, period. Well, I want to go play up. Well, you average 20 points a game here. Well, what do you think you're going to do when you go to Duke? I'm going to get 20 again. No, you're going to average 2 or you may not play. Theo John played at Marquette, right? He's going to play in the Final Four. Theo John, look how many minutes he played last game. Look it up right now, Hatter. Look how many minutes he played last game. 5. So what I'm saying is, so what is Theo now? What is this? Well, I just want to get my degree from Duke, from a grad degree from Duke. Okay, that's fine. That's a life decision, right? Or I just want to prove. I'll tell you a young man. I'm not going to say his name because y'all don't know who he is. I had this kid. He moved around. Right, he played for my summer team. You guys will figure out who he is. He played at a school where Robert Hatterson played at. But what I'm saying is that he leaves Western Michigan, and I say, listen, don't go to Penn State. Coach, you're wrong. You don't believe in me, son. I've been doing this for 25 years. Let me just show you something. Do you think I want to fly on a private jet with you or not? What do you think I'd rather be? On Trailways or be on the PJ with you? I'm going to tell you the best way to get there because I want to ride with you. But what you want to do is you trying to prove something that can't be proved. I say, don't go there. I'm not telling that because you're not good enough. Are we trying to get there or not? So what you're trying to do is you're telling me Penn State is the destination. The Lakers are the destination, not Penn State, son. That's the hardest thing to make people understand. What's the destination may be playing with Trina. The destination may not be playing at this other school. But when you sit down and talk to them, they're like, I got it all figured out. You don't know what you're talking about. Hatter, what do we call them? The Harriet Tubman. What do we call them?
Willis.
Them Willis. Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. She did all that stuff. And then you get a dude, they ain't never about the plantation. You sure we going the right way? What? What are you talking about? Them Willis.
Hey, but I got something for both of y'all, you and Coach. Yo, you just made me think about it. I looked at this. I saw this yesterday. Coach, you got to help me with this one.
Okay.
88 athletes declared for the WNBA draft. There are only 144 players total in the WNBA. How many times can you say expansion? I'm just sitting here, y'all, but somebody said this. Somebody sent me this morning. A basketball player's daughter, she said, everyone is so quick to declare for the draft, WNBA draft. Take it from someone who did the same thing. Get your degree and finish school. Heck, play as long in college and work on your game as long as you can. There are such limited spots in the league and overseas. It's not for everyone. This is a woman saying this to other women in the WNBA. These girls coming out of school early in the WNBA. So LeBron affected that too.
Nonsense.
Dude,
I'm telling you, it's in vogue. That's what these kids do. I just listened to Trina talk about how she worked with all these coaches, right?
Yeah.
And not that she's being left behind, that people are just looking past her when she's successful. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, she's successful. So what makes her, what makes those people look at Vic Schaefer and not look at her? Or neighbors and not look. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Why is that happening? Because there's always a why to all of this.
Absolutely.
Whether we want to deal with it or not. You know what I mean? It might be something
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to uncover, right? Well, why are these girls doing this? Because you know what it is, Hatter? They don't know what they don't know. That's like somebody telling Trina, like, oh, it's just easy to do what you're doing. Trina, you ain't did nothing. Y'all the first black staff. Anybody can do that. Then why is she the first then? If anybody can do it.
It would have been done a long time ago.
Exactly. So I always tell you all the time, especially when it comes to people like us, because we the main ones that are declaring, let's put it where it is, right? Black parents don't ever, a lot of them don't pay for college. I went to Villanova, $75,000 a year to go there. My mom ain't never paid for college, so so she don't understand what it's like to write a check every month for me to go to college and live. So when I say I'm just going to the draft, it don't mean nothing to her. She ain't writing no check. It's a scholarship. But if she knew the value of it, she'd be like, hold up. What you mean you just gonna walk up? Well, how much money can you make? They real people that have knowledge and start figuring out like you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna sit your butt right there. You're gonna get that degree. Because I know once you leave, you're not going back to school. You can't pay for it. You're not gonna be at a job. You're gonna be just like I just walked through security, and that dude said, "Can I get your ID?" You're gonna be right there where he at, doing that mess.
Because we're looking, they're looking
like that.
Short-term gain. Everybody wants what's short-term. I feel like we live in a like generation. People want to do something that everybody's going to hit that like button, and they want to see that like button keep on going up. But that like button isn't a life button, because you got to live life. One day basketball is going to end. And what do you have at the end of your basketball career? Do I have an education? Do I have some people
I ain't gonna give you credit, Trina. I'm gonna steal it. I ain't give you credit.
Give me my credit if I drop them nuggets.
Tina, he done stole so much. He done do a whole stand-up show about my stuff. He done stole. But keep on. Right, but Trina, guess what I learned? All wisdom is pleasurism. Only stupidity is original. Now carry on.
But we're living in these lights, and we want everything. We want it here and now. Okay. And most of us don't think in terms of the future. I want to go into the draft because I'm in the draft. Maybe they'll call my name. Maybe they won't. But when you get that diploma, that degree, and all of that that's been given to you by this free education, your motivation changes, because some of these kids, they want to know how much. You were talking about all this stuff you get. They want to know how much cost of living check you're going to give me. How are you going to help my business? How are you going to help my social media? Okay, after a while, this social media stuff, it's going to get old. It's going to get inundated. It's going to get washed out. So how are you going to be different than the next person coming in that's running, designing shoes, or the next person that's coming in doing? What are you going to do? What's going to make you different? I enjoy that these people are getting some success, but there's 50% of the people on the team, they're not going to get all that money from the likeness and the images and all of that stuff. It's those people.
I would even say 90% won't.
You take something
for y'all. I would say 90% won't, because people don't realize how hard it is to get name, image, and likeness. They just think everybody's just getting it. It's not. It's just like they think everybody's going to the NBA. It's not true.
Hey, Chris, I got something for Trina. Trina,
if we take the veil off, it's going to be hard to look at it. Just like Hatter wearing them fake watches over there. I'm just saying, like, you got to make sure.
That's a hater. He's a hater.
No, that's when the lights come on at the club. You see who you've been dealing with all night.
Hey, a couple of my guys, he can buy that little raggedy car he got. Hey, one of them I can buy that little raggedy car he got with. But hold on. But Trina, I want to help you. Trina, I got something for you, right?
Okay.
Speaking of NIL, are you familiar with the Houston area? You familiar with Houston area a little bit, right? A little bit. You familiar with Houston area?
Yeah.
Okay. Check this out.
I expect to do something nice for the players. They've done so much for us and represented the city so well the last several years. So with the new NIL rules, we can pay the players a stipend. They can come out here and have fun, sign autographs, talk to the fans. So Saturday night, 5 to 10, Monday night, 5 to 10, right here at Gallery Furniture. Watch the exciting big games in New Orleans. At the same time, talk to these great Cougar players. Congratulate them for the tremendous year they had.
I love it.
Gallery Furniture.
Yes.
We tote the note.
Really
will. That dude look old. That dude about 100 years old.
Yeah, but guess what, Jimmy? Them youngsters gonna pick up a check that they used to couldn't even pick up. Wait a minute, they could pick it up, but they couldn't pick it up over the table. They had to get guys like Chris Walker to give them to him.
And I give it to him too. I mean, we can go into that whole conversation another time, but it's just long overdue.
Yeah.
It's long overdue. And I'm glad it's happening. But you know what? They got to learn how to pay taxes out of that. There's a whole lot of other responsibilities that are fast forward that they got to learn. And here's my only thing, guys. Like, my thing, and to just expound on what Coach said about like and like. There's too many people out there that are trying to get 10,000 likes, right? And they're not putting 10,000 hours into their craft. So Malcolm Gladwell said it takes 10,000 hours to be a professional. They're not doing that, man. All they're doing is trying to do anything they can to get a rise out of people. And I'm telling people that's temporary. You at some point the check comes due. And the thing about NIL, which is amazing to me, You have to do all that before. This is the sad part about it. And I used to tell Jimmy this all the time. It's a sad thing in recruiting as well. And I always tell people, always, when it's a yellow light, make sure you stop. Don't run through it, right? Don't run through it when it comes to recruiting. They don't play for you until you do your part. You give them a scholarship, you give them NIL. They may stink. Then what? Because that's never part of the equation. They just assume that they're going to be good. Right? So what happens if they don't play? What happens if they're not good?
Do I cut the NIL money off if they stink? Can I?
Dude, I'm just saying, like,
No, you're stuck.
No, that deal. No, that's
yeah.
no. You stuck. Yeah, they transferred. Remember the quarterback from out of Texas and went to Ohio State? He signed $1 million name, image, likeness deal with Ohio State, and he's in the transfer portal right at the break. That company is they're stuck. So now companies are trying to redo their verbiage on those deals, but in the NCAA saying, look here, we ain't getting in the middle of that. You know what you're getting into. You better hope they play. And
I told y'all that.
Like Chris
hey,
said,
Coach, I told them guys right there it was going to be a hot mess going on with this NIL. Robert, they need that money. Robert, they got the money. Robert, I told them
they still need the money. They just need to legislate a little bit.
But it's the judicial level.
It's ways to get it. It's out there. It's opportunity in every town. It's say like Tyler, Texas. And I was thinking, isn't Tyler Dry County?
Yes. Well, we have wine.
You're an alcoholic, man. You know everywhere you can't drink. That's a crying damn shame, man.
I know.
That's a crying shame for real, though, Jimmy.
I just wanted to make sure. I had a flashback. I remember we went down and it was like, hold on, I didn't know they might have changed the rules. But here's my thing: in towns like Tyler, name, image, likeness, you just won a national championship. And the junior college life is different from mainstream Power 5 Division I life, as she just said. You're right. So the opportunities on a smaller scale, a much smaller scale, for let's say a hamburger stand or a chicken restaurant that want to do something to one of those girls in their program, even just for these next month or two, because they're going on to other programs because they're sophomores, most of them. But if they want to do something, they could, and it would help those girls. That's an opportunity, but that could be seized upon. And what do you think about that?
We haven't gotten into that yet, as far as the junior college level. And I'm not, I want these kids to get help, but it's like we were saying earlier. I'm more concerned with them helping these kids, ladies, and they're expecting something from it, because to whom much is given, so much is expected. And I feel like once they start shelling out, and it's going to be who pimping these kids. That's why I hate saying it like that. But once these kids start pimping, they start pimping these kids, and these kids start pimping themselves. Like Chris said, you're going to have to know, is it taxed? How is this a business? What can this do? Are these people going to file this on their taxes? And is the I to the R to the S going to come and try and get you for it? It's just navigating all of that. So that's not waters we've gotten into navigating yet, but it's coming. I know it's around the corner.
Coach, you get that big job, it's coming. When you get the job at, I know when Ronald Hughley gets that big job and then you take the U of H job, you're going to have to do it then. There you go.
I claim it and I receive it. The last time U of H was open, I heard my name mentioned, but nobody ever whispered it to me.
Guess what? It's
going
to be mentioned now.
Coach, let me tell you how this thing works.
One thing. I know one job that's open that I've already reached out to the athletic director while you were on the show, and I think he's probably watching right now. And that's Texas Southern University women's basketball coach. I mean, the athletic director. Well, the director. What is the job title? The vice president of athletics. What is it called?
Oh, that's right. The vice president of athletics.
She retired.
Yes.
No, I'm saying that's Kevin Granger.
Yes.
I'm saying, so he knows and is probably peeking at the show right now. Because let him know that Cynthia Cooper resigned last week.
Absolutely.
So
Retired
that
or
job is open.
She retired and resigned.
Retired. I'm
Retired.
sorry.
He
I'm
got
sorry.
tired of
Retired.
y'all.
Retired. I mean, she had a good run.
She listened to you do the games. That's what it was, Hatter. She
TSU.
listened to you do the games on the radio. She said, "Lord, I got to go." They let anybody on this radio. Coach, hey, Coach, I got a job for you, Coach. Is that a job you'd be interested in?
He's a hater.
It's a job.
Come on, talk.
You know what? I'm a Texas mixture. It would be something I'd be interested in. I'd say TSU. I am no nonsense. I am. Are they gonna want somebody that's kind of prudish like me? I'm not. I'm just me. I'm old country girl, and I'm going to keep going by my old country rules, and we're going to have our standards, and we're going to do what we need to do. So they would have to get used to me, but heck yeah. I mean, I would go into TSU, and I'd do the best I could and get me a staff and go to work over there.
Now you played at
go.
SFA. What town? Where are you from? Where did you play high school ball at?
I played high school at a small town in East Texas, Grapeland, Texas, population 1,632, 31 because I wasn't there.
They got one of them Piggly Wigglies. They got one of them Piggly Wigglies in that town, don't they?
No, baby, we weren't big enough for a Piggly Wiggly. We had one Blink and Blank. We had a Smitty's grocery store. Now, since I've gone away, I'm 52 now. They now have a Subway and a Brookshire's. But yeah, a small town. We're known for our watermelons.
What?
Oh,
so how far is that from here?
It's from Houston about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's too funny.
Hours.
Next time y'all bring some watermelons back here. I like them. I love watermelon.
You probably had some of those watermelons from Grapeland. I don't want to say the name because they're not paying me that likeness.
Okay, well, you got me. Just text me. Text me. Let me know. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Hatter, we need to work on this. We need to get Coach that job, man. We need to go.
Coach, I've been texting while you've been talking.
Yeah, that's how it gets done.
Hey! I not only know the president, I know the president of the university.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people, but that's a job that I've been sitting here thinking Kelly Bond, who was with Gary Blair at A&M.
Uh-huh.
I thought that would have been a great job for her right now while she's in that meantime, because with Joni taking the job over at Texas A&M, that means the Kellys and the Carters and all of them are out of work right now. And I thought Kelly with her husband being right there at A&M, 45-minute commute, sometimes I think people are going after bigger fish. I'm okay. I've decided, I would love to be a head coach, but I'm okay with if I have to go in and be somebody's power assistant, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Because I don't mind working my way up, working my way around, or doing what I have to do. Because literally, I could be the first, but you don't often see people take, it's all about social media. It's all about likes. Everybody wants a name with their program. Who wants to say we just got this junior college coach? And there's still that freaking negative connotation about junior college. No matter what I do, I've won a national title, but they're sitting here looking at if they can get some D1 or some assistant from a Power 5. I feel like they're going to go for that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with waiting my turn, but I just want a turn. I just want a seat at the table. That's all I'm asking for.
Wow.
We're going to get you there, Coach. We're going to get you there, Coach. Don't worry about what
I've been texting already.
You're a head coach that's won a championship. That's better than any assistant coach, please.
Exactly. But
and whatever you do, just bring Sydney Carter with you.
You know what? If I had that girl's body, I'd give you some pink pants. I wear me some pink pants. She made basketball fun for a lot of people.
She got me. Oh my goodness. Right.
She's absolutely gorgeous. And I love it that we can be women in sports.
Yes.
And we can be pretty and we can wear our skirts at the national tournament. Everybody was like, why did you wear a dress every day? I said, because I'm a woman. This is an event. I am going to look the part. You sitting over here on this sideline. I don't have to dress like Kim Mulkey and all this glitter and gold.
No, sir.
But if it's an event, you got to look the part, because for me, people are looking for a way to discount me. Or to not give me credit. So the minute I wear sweatpants on the sideline, look at her. She's not professional. But another coach on the other side can wear a hoodie on the side of the game. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to discount me. Now, if you want to give me a discount, then do that. But I'm not going to put forth the opportunity for you to discount me. No, I'm going to know how to talk to the media. I'm going to have a good resume. You're going to know that my players are not just junior college thugs. We have a standard. There's an expectation. You are going to be able to do this. So when people get my players, they don't say, I have to take that junior college wild out of them. No, these babies have been taught. Now they think I'm crazy as hell, but it's okay. There's a method to my madness. And if there are coaches not out there that are not asking these young ladies to have a standard and to elevate their game and to look towards their future, their life, the way they're going to have to live it, then they're in it for the wrong reason. They're in it for the wins. I just want to help them begin their journey. It's not just about now. It's not about the likes. They're going to get all the pictures and the likes, but that's going to end. What can you get out of that? What was the education from that? And how is that going to motivate you to that next level? So I'm here. I'm ready.
I got an announcement. Chris, I just declared for the NBA draft. I'm finna declare. Everybody else declaring. I'm about to declare. They might not
declare.
Huh?
I'm going into the D1 portal.
Huh? I ain't gonna. Somebody just text me. I'll text it to you. What was you about to say?
I hope Jimmy don't put his name in the portal because his wife ain't gonna get him out. Nobody else gonna get him out either.
Who that? Jimmy.
Jimmy Hicks.
So Jimmy and I are going into the portal, NBA draft.
Man, y'all something else.
Hey, Coach T, before we get ready to go, I want to remind you, mentioned a couple of the coaches, Kim Mulkey, Gino, Coach Schaefer, Coach Blair. We had Muffet McGraw. All of them have been on the Chop Shop before. And then, and one of the questions that I asked each one of them on the girls' side, it was funny as hell. I asked them all which coach talked the most smack? Who was the biggest smack talker as a coach on the sideline? Because a lot of times when games are going on, people in the stands aren't privy to hearing what you can hear as a coach, and you hear some of the stuff the other coach is saying and up on the whatnot. So who's the biggest smack talker? The two, we'll give you two that you've coached against in your ranks.
Smack talkers. Is it good smack talking or bad smack talking?
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what we're talking about.
Do coaches talk smack? Who they talking to?
You know,
to the other coach?
No, hey, coach, the ones that made you want to go with Chris Rockham. That's what we talking about.
No, yeah. Will Smith them.
Oh, Will Smith them or Chris Rockham?
Yeah. Will Smith them. Do coaches be getting into it like that? I haven't seen that too much. I haven't seen it.
I'm really quiet on the sideline. I mean, you would think I'm just this. I'm really quiet. They try to force me to make a timeout. Because I mean, if timeouts were money, I'd be rich. Because I'm one of those firm believers. I let my players play through it. And so I try to make the other team call the first time out. And that's about the only look we'll get is if they call it first time out. In my league, I think it's Byron Coleman and Angelina. He and we're good friends. So we've got smack talking together. Okay. But as far as coaches talking smack, I think Vic Schaefer is very, very confident, extremely confident. I don't think Gary Blair didn't talk smack. Kim. I would say Kim, just watching Kim Mulkey.
Yeah.
Kim Mulkey says what she wants to say because she knows she can say it and she knows there's no ramifications for it. And I love it because she's not that female that's just going to let you back her down in the corner. She's going to war.
Well, we got a coach on here that was hold up. We got another coach on here. Chris, I know he didn't talk smack. He was just glad to have a job over there. He didn't say nothing.
Chris.
No, he get on TV. Oh, you got hey, even today, I want you to go back and look at some old shows. Man, he been polishing it. That CBS, Boy, he is so. Oh my goodness! The other night, I wanted to just
Chris,
choke him. He was so good, huh?
See what? Who's the two biggest smack talking coaches in college basketball right now? I mean, it ain't a bad jacket to have because most people in the business know. It's like on the girl. Before you answer, Chris, Coach T, to let you know the unanimous choice
Is
the consensus choice of the females the female coach that we asked on the Chop Shop. They said Gino was the most the most smack talking one. He was the most despised one because he got up under everybody. They got up under everybody's skin with some of their comments. Now, Chris, who's the two biggest male smack talkers on the men's side?
I don't think there are any.
Really?
I don't think there are any.
I know one. I happen to be
Penny?
Johnny Jones talk mad stuff, Doc. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know he was like that.
Byron Smith do too now. Byron Smith talks
Well,
smack.
there you go. Those might be the two then.
Johnny
Byron Smith-
Jones,
Byron
man.
Smith-
Johnny Jones, I didn't know he was talking stuff, man. Oh, I said,
Appreciate it,
whoa,
Herb.
I like that, Coach. It's his birthday too. Happy birthday, Coach Jones. It's his birthday today.
Herb gave me a compliment. I'm about to fell out my chair, man. I'm like, whoa, what the? I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure who that Herb
But
is.
Chris, you doing your thing,
But I
man.
appreciate that, Herb.
You got to
No,
check
you know
him
what's
out.
Funny, though?
Come on.
You know what's funny? Like coaches, like what happened with Juwan Howard.
Uh-huh.
Like that's real. Like it takes something like that. Those guys, they blood boiling, man. When you're losing, right? When and you have one of those universities where you have to get to the NCAA tournament. There's certain schools, man, that don't have to go to the tournament. I'm just telling you, there are certain schools.
Okay.
If they just
True.
get the kids to school, don't break no rules, you know, they straight. They'll be there to coach. They'll be the coach for 20 years. There's other schools where the alumni giving is based on them winning. Television. I mean, everything is based around that program. And when they don't win, it's really hard. And it takes it's like 7 months until you play again. So like it's really hard for a lot of these people and so be careful. Like, you know, I agree with Coach T. Like, be careful what you wish for now. You got a nice cubby hole, it's comfortable, and you can do what you want. Because once you go outside of that and you go to those other universities, I call them Power 6 because Power 5 is a football term. But when you go to the Big East and you go to Alabama and some of these schools, you can say whatever you want, but as long as they paying people to raise money, as long as they paying people to sell tickets, as long as they paying people to take tickets and make sodas, like if there's money changing hands, like they expect to turn a profit on it and they expect to win, and they're paying these coaches a lot of money. These coaches are oftentimes the highest paid professional in the state, the highest paid state employee.
Right.
So you know those professors. They looking at that bottom line like, so hold on, we supposed to be an academic institution. We paying the coach, you know, $8 million at the University of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? $8 million a year. So I mean, it's rough. So as far as
he got beat by St. Peter's, didn't he? Yeah.
Man, the biggest upset ever. I'm just telling you right now. Like you don't understand. You don't understand. I told you 530 fans. They probably got 25,538 erupt every night.
And they're not paying you to lose. And then, like you said, Chris, earlier, when a St. Peter's with less money, given less, defeats somebody that's given more, that's when those ADs, are we paying them too much? Are they worth the value of what we're putting into them?
Yeah.
That's why y'all don't want
to. If it was a whole, if they had been at Rupp Arena, it would be a bigger deal to me. Like the NCAA, they play the champion in their league. And at the end of the day, with COVID, with transfers, anything can happen now. If you look at the teams that are in the Final Four, you look at Kansas, they got transfers. Duke does not have transfers. Villanova does not. Carolina has, everybody, actually Carolina really doesn't have transfers. A lot of the better teams are, other than Kansas, really don't have transfers, which is interesting because I thought it would be the other way around. Carolina, those guys, they only got 5 guys. That's another thing. Like, I'll say this real quick and I'll run. Okay. Is that you look at Duke, Villanova, Carolina. So people always say like, how many guys? It's 13 guys on scholarship, and the women's side is 15. Boys' side is 13, right? And you're talking about the transfer portal. Duke played 5 players, maybe 6. I'm sorry, Duke played 6
They
players.
played- They
North
played
Carolina
6
played 5
players
people.
played double-digit minutes the other night from Duke. Only
Mhm.
6.
Correct. Well, when I
played
say double
double-digit
digits, like
minutes.
5 of them playing 30 minutes. Carolina played 5 guys. If they get in trouble, I think his name is Sykes and McCoy may get in the game. McCoy is the last one. And they got to be like somebody in severe foul trouble. Villanova just lost Justin Moore. They play 6 guys. Now they're down to 5. Kansas is the only one that plays a lot more people, but this is not the most this is not the most talented Kansas team I've ever seen.
Right.
So they play a lot more guys. But I'm just saying, now think about the transfer portal at those schools. Because 5 guys, that means 8 dudes. That means 7 families know when the game is being tipped. Because think about them. See, people don't understand the psychology of a parent that go to schools like that. If a kid go play for North Carolina, they thinking my son gonna be like Michael Jordan. It's just what it is. They go play for Duke, my son gonna be like Grant Hill. They go play for Villanova, my son gonna be Kyle Lowry. They go play for Kansas, my son gonna be Paul Pierce. They're not thinking I'm gonna sit on that bench. I'm gonna practice hard every day. I'm gonna go to class. I'm gonna get up early, and when the game start, I'm gonna do what we're doing right now, sitting down. They don't think like that. So then when it happened, they can't handle it because all they told, oh, guess what? I know Ochai Agbaji is an All-American, but my son go play ahead of him. Hold on. Your son go play ahead of a first-team All-American? I don't care what they say. My son playing ahead of Trevor Keels. My son playing ahead of Leaky Black. I'm like, what? That's how parents think, man. I'm telling you how they think. So you got the kid so Jimmy, think about this. I'm gonna make it close to home, and I know this is gonna be the case. The kid from who's the school that won the championship in Houston? The kid on both.
We have Grace Christian one. Grace Christian.
Oh, no,
Arsenault. Terrence Arsenault.
Terrence Arsenault's going to Houston, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
So think about this. Shed, he graduated, did he? Nope. Still there.
No.
Marcus Sasser come back from injury, right?
Still there.
Tremont Mark.
Still there.
Still there.
Y'all see what I'm saying? That's how this thing gets.
Got a McDonald All-American coming.
But I don't think he's a guard though, is he?
No, he's not guard.
He front court.
Front court.
Front court.
Oh, you talking about guard?
You see my point? You see my point?
Okay, but Ramon Walker played about when he started playing at the second half of the season. He was logging about 15 to 20 minutes a game.
He ain't played at the end. Ooh, no sir. My little baby, he got my last name, but he ain't get the time of playing time I got. I'm like, oh Lord. I had to stop talking about him because he wouldn't get no tick.
It was hard to get ticks in them games, man.
Coach, because them coach sit in the room, coach tell it'd be interesting what coach think about this. People say, well, Coach T just don't like my daughter. That's why she don't play her. She don't want. She's trying to stop her from being successful. She hating on her. She don't want her to blow up. That's why Coach don't play her. Coach, do you actually sit in the room? Because there's good kids, there's bad kids. There's kids that listen to you. There's kids that sometimes talk bad. There's kids that love school. There's kids that don't love school. How many times you sit in a room and say, you know what? I know she can help me win. I'm just not gonna play her because I don't like the way she wear her hair. I'm just not gonna play her because I don't like her mama. Who does that, Coach?
Nobody, but we get it all the time. We get it all the time. It's I've got the best player. Your best player is sitting on the bench. Well, I would be stupid not to play that best player because the end all be all is I'm in it to win it. Oh, I think I'll cut off my nose to spite my face. I tell people all the time when they say ignorant stuff like that, it's like taking poison and hoping the other person dies. Why would you even think like something? I can hate a kid and it would kill me to put her in, but if that heifer can get me 25 points and 15 rebounds, I'm gonna go on get yourself in.
Exactly.
But people do that. They think in terms of, oh, it's personal. It's not personal, it's business. And I'm in the business to put the best players I can put on the floor.
And Ramon Walker.
You might can come in and have a moment.
Hey, Coach. And Ramon Walker played 27 minutes the last game, Chris Walker. Now.
I know.
He played 27 against Arizona. He played 27 against Arizona. He played 9 against and lost to Villanova.
Yeah, tell Freightman to stick to his classroom and refereeing. It's bad refereeing. All right,
he can't ref a lick now. But
No,
he
he need like 4 pair of glasses. I mean, it's unbelievable. They need instant replay for high school for him.
Hey, coach, have you ever reffed a game?
Yes, I have.
How
It's
do you?
hard.
I said the same thing. It's the work. I never want to do it. I never want to do it.
You know what? It's hard because, right, I'm telling you, as soon as referees walk in the gym, I'm already going, there they are. And I'm already thinking I'm in trouble. And with me being who I am, there's not a perfect crew. If I get a crew of all people that look like me, I'm worried that, oh Lord, they're going to make sure they call them, make sure they know they're not all for me. If it's a crew of all females and I'm going against, it's just, it's juggling. I'm like, you know what? Just be fair. If you're going to talk to them, talk to me. If you're not going to talk to them, no. Just keep it fair and keep it consistent. You keep it that, I'm not saying a word. But a lot of times it's so skewed that you come in, you're like, you know what? We know we're already playing a little more than we should with 5 people on the court. But it teaches your kids to be better. Okay, you know what? We just got to play the game. Stop whining about it. Take care of your business. If you're up 20, the refs can't get in the game.
That's a good point.
That's right.
Jimmy, get us out of here, baby.
Ask you something. Before we get ready to land this plane,
okay,
Coach, how do you deal? Well, yeah, how do you deal with? We have an acronym that we kind of coined on the Chop Shop, and it's called PGW.
Okay.
PGW. They're everywhere. There's no boundaries. They come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Parent gone wild. PGW. How, without saying any names, when is the last time you encountered a PGW? And how do you in your program, how do you deal with them? Because a lot of times certain coaches just shut them off and won't even answer their call. Some won't even deal with them. Some would make, like you said, it's like drinking the poison and hoping the other person die. That means you're going to be a PGW. Some make the kid going to pay. How do you deal with PGWs? And when is the last time, one of the most memorable, put it like that, one of the most memorable PGW experiences that you had with a parent?
You know, for me, dealing with parents is the first thing I know is that a parent is a parent. They are a true advocate of their child. If their child poops, they think it smells like strawberries or Starburst. So they are. Little Ray can't do anything wrong. So some parents already have the excuse put in. Well, my baby did this because some people have a problem, a solution for every problem, and some people have a problem for every solution. And if you get that parent, a lot of times it's easier for that parent to point at you and point at everything besides what their child isn't doing. And you know what? I have more parents talk about me behind my back or say, you don't want your kid to go to your program. Or I've had some parents leave here, but then 10 years down the road, they get the method to my madness. I'm not here. My job isn't to be your friends. This is a business. But as an African-American female, instead of seeing me as a boss or the head coach, they see me as auntie, sister, mother. This is Cousin Trina, and Cousin Trina's supposed to hook me up. Whereas if I were not me, they wouldn't approach me with some of the things they do. So with our parents, you're welcome to talk to me. But sometimes even when I'm talking, they're not listening. And so some people aren't going to hear your side of the story no matter what, because they're not here to live what I live. They're not here to see their baby be the last one to come to practice, the first one to leave the gym, put in no extra work, don't know a play. They don't get to see that. They just get to hear the side of their children. When you go in a court of law, there's 2 different sides, and everybody's going to have their own lawyer. Well, you get these kids and they get caught being locker room lawyers, and their parents become locker room lawyers, and their parents don't just go down by themselves. They want another kid in with them. Have you seen her do this? Have you seen her do that? A lot of it's you got to have thick skin, and you got to know I'm doing the right thing. I am not attacking this kid personally. I might cuss around, but I'm not going to cuss at a kid. So it's more or less with those PGWs, you just handle them and you just tell them, if you want to take your baby, We don't have a portal. We have a just leave. So if you want to take your baby, it's okay. We will recruit and sign other players. And if somebody listens to you and says, hey, don't go to Tyler, she's like this, I have helped more kids than I've ever hurt.
Right.
So if they want to go on my record, go the whole body of work. Don't just go that little moment that we had with you. And like I said, 10 or 15 years from now, even that kid that couldn't stand me comes back and says, I get it, Coach T. Why didn't you? And they always put it back on me. Why didn't you tell me I shouldn't? I guess I didn't speak a language that you understood.
Coach, you ain't the only coach that happened to. I know as a coach on this feed right now, I know all of this players probably don't like him. So I ain't going to call his name. But, you know, his name started with Chris Walker.
Coach, who wins this weekend, Coach, on Friday night? South
Coach,
Carolina,
win, yeah.
Louisville, UConn, and Stanford. Who wins?
South Carolina. South Carolina is going to play Stanford.
Okay.
And South Carolina is going to win by 7. The national title.
Huh.
Okay. Chris, Seawalk, who you got? Seawalk, stick it with your head, not your heart. Villanova, Kansas, Carolina, Duke. Who wins?
Without Justin Moore? You still got them two Vivek.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. If you know anything about Villanova and Jay Wright, there's one word. As soon as you walk in that building, it's called attitude. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And I'm telling you right now, the only people talking about Justin Moore being hurt is the media and everybody else. Inside that locker room, they're not talking about playing without him. They talking about playing for him. So y'all, I'm telling you right now, I'm just letting y'all know. That's the kind that you don't want to deal with them like that in this situation. You might have got them before. It's gonna be tough to get them now. That's all I'm saying.
I knew I like you for a reason. Keep going.
What?
I like that.
You made me have to go back to my coaching for
I
a minute.
like that one.
Walker.
They not playing without him. They playing for him.
Exactly. You get that on the way home, as the preacher say.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it right now. I'm
getting
getting
it
it right now.
That's a good one.
Jason Peters said KU gonna run through all of them.
Okay, Jason Peters, whoever you are, cool.
Man, it's about time to slide on down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on Women Rock Wednesday. Don't forget, guys, check us out, of course, tomorrow. We hope Chris Walker and myself hope to be live from New Orleans on the Chop Shop with you guys. And of course, we got the big Final Four party blast tomorrow afternoon to kick off the festivities. Hannah's supposed to join us down there.
I'm thinking about it, y'all. I'm thinking about it.
We'll join us down on the weekend. But hey, remember last time at the Final Four down there, Hannah, me and you made it. Luckily, they have
that's right.
We had viral what we did. What we did in the French Quarter last time at the Final Four in New Orleans, we set it off. We had people. We might have went through about 20 pounds of crawfish.
Yeah, and the people sitting there watching. What you got to say, Chris? What you got to say?
The last time you went to the Final Four and I was there, what happened?
Go.
We walked away with that
Villanova.
Title. We walked away with that third title.
Villanova won. I thought y'all got 2 titles, man. How many titles you got?
We got 3 titles. 85 against Pat and 16 and 18. Let me help you out. We've been to 3 of the last 6 Final Fours.
I'm talking about Jay Wright. I'm thinking about Jay Wright. My bad. But hold on. Chris, I was Chris Guest at Villanova when they won the last time. So 18. Guess what? I'm going to make sure they lose. I'm not coming down there to go hang with you. I'll make sure they lose. I'm going to break the jinx. Yeah. But we out of here, y'all. Thank you, Coach.
Great meeting you, Coach.
You guys in 22 hours. We up out of here. Thanks so much,
Hey, y'all
Coach
need to make
T.
sure Coach get that TSU job, Jimmy. Y'all get y'all.
How can they get in touch with you, Coach?
Y'all need to make sure Coach can come to New Orleans with y'all is what you need to do.
That's what you need to be saying. How about that, Coach?
No. Hell, no.
What?
Don't you realize?
What?
Listen, she's Trina Tillis Horde.
Yeah.
Mr. Horde is standing right there. We ain't no. Now, you and Mr. Horde can come down now. We ain't falling that trap.
We got to clear that with Mr. Horde. I was Jimmy
Hey,
saying.
if I'm coming, Mr. Horde is coming. So
Oh, okay then. I like that.
the dream work. You give him, y'all. You know where the dry places are. As long as you know where it's wet, Mr. Horde is ready to come with you.
Oh, well,
Let's
him
go.
and Jimmy, that's it. That's all you had to say. Him and Jimmy, they go. Yeah.
They
That's
call
it.
Jimmy Wet Willie. You good to go?
Boy, say.
Y'all, I've done a lot of interviews since the national tournament, but I got to tell y'all, this has been the most fun one that I've done.
This the Chop Shop. Baby,
Let's chop it up, and you know I can chop it up. Chop beef,
Oh,
chop
yeah, you definitely
brisket,
can.
chop sausage, chop greens.
Hey, man, let me try to get out of here, man, so I can get to New Orleans, man. I can't leave Chris down there by himself, man. I can't leave him. But Chris, you're going to be so busy, man. I saw your schedule, dude. Dude,
Now,
you got to.
hey, we got time. We got time to hang. I'm about to go. I'm about to go hang out right now with Steve Johnson. So we see you when you get here.
All right.
I'm flying tomorrow. Hey, also, Mr. Hood gonna be walking down there with them slippers on, with the socks up to his knees, with the slippers on. We ain't have that rocking out. We don't rock like that. We don't rock like that. He's from the city.
His Louis Vuitton. He gonna wear his Louis Vuitton fit.
Oh, nah. Hey,
Suspenders on.
oh,
The
look.
wife beat him with some suspenders on.
Hey, Coach gonna have on her. Hey, Coach gonna have on her Lululemons. Coach gonna have on her Lululemons. Hey, man, y'all crazy. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Three
Okay.
guys over
We
there
out.
at Chop Shop.